Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? It's me coming back at you again with another live hangout vid. But let me go ahead and make sure the mic levels are good. Let me make some tests on it. Make sure everything's okay. Alrighty, that should be better. People in the chat, can you hear me pretty well if you're coming in? All right, Chill Zoes, I see you. What's going on, man? NBT, what's happening, brother? What's happening, brother? Yeah, we got some lot of things to discuss here. Um, First things first, I gotta give a shout out to the Villanova Wildcats for winning their third NCAA national championship, basketball that is, college basketball, and this is their second championship in the last 3 years. So congratulations to the Wildcats. They defeated the Michigan Wolverines 79-62. So yeah, wraps up another great season of college b-ball. So it is what it is. Mitsutoshi Toshi, what's going on, man? I'm doing good, doing good. Charlie Brown Boxing is always in the house. Thank you, Mitsutoshi. I appreciate it. Need for Truth. What's the latest on the fight? Well, if you mentioning Canelo and Golovkin, that has been officially canceled. I repeat, Canelo and Golovkin rematch, which is scheduled for May 5th, has been officially canceled. Canelo Alvarez has put out a statement. He's withdrawing from the fight due to the complications of the situation with the computer all. So I'll go ahead and bring up the latest report, and I'm gonna read it for you guys right here. Okay, it's by Keith Heidick from Boxing Scene. Shout out to Keith Heidick. It says here that Canelo Alvarez withdrew Tuesday from his planned May 5th rematch with Gennady Golovkin. Golden Boy Promotions president Eric Gomez made the announcement during a press conference call at Golden Boy headquarters in Los Angeles. Gomez said Golden Boy's brass has been advised that Alvarez isn't likely to be cleared by NSAC to fight Golovkin on May 5th in Las Vegas when he appeared before NSAC on April 18th in Vegas. NSAC has temporarily suspended the Mexican superstar for testing twice positive for a banned substance in February. Now, Gomez also added that the Alvarez Golovkin rematch could be rescheduled for August or September. Alvarez could be suspended up to a year, however, by NSAC on April 18th. But from the last report that I read, they can reduce that suspension at least up to 6 months. Oh, what a coincidence! That's just in time for the fall rematch. Golden Boy Promotions also announced in a statement on March 5th that Alvarez tested positive for Albuterol on February 17th and February 20th, which was the A and B sample. He agreed to submit as much as random testing as the VADA required. Following two positive tests, is hoped to keep in their rematch schedule for May 5th. Most media and fans figured that the high-profile, lucrative Alvarez and Golovkin rematch would proceed as planned until NSAC temporarily suspended Alvarez on March 23rd. Now, it was then that the Nevada State Athletic Commission scheduled Alvarez hearing for April 10th in Vegas as part of the commission's regularly scheduled meeting. The Nevada State Athletic Commission pushed back the meeting to April 18th of last week. Last week, I should say, April 18th last week, which created more doubt whether the rematch between Golovkin and Alvarez would take place on May 5th. Now, the Kazakhstan's Golovkin, who's 37-0 with one draw with 33 KO, still wanted to fight Alvarez on May 5th, but was extremely critical of his rival's impromptu media day 2 weeks ago at his training camp in Big Bear Lake. The IBF, IBO, WBC, and WBA Unified Middleweight Champion doesn't believe Alvarez's excuse of contaminating meat causing albuterol to turn up in his system. All right, I'll leave it there. All I gotta say is that this has been a big, big, big mess from the beginning. Okay, and even though I have criticized Golovkin for not Golovkin, well, not Golovkin. I have criticized NSAC for their questionable rulings on certain matters. But I got to give credit when credit is due. They're actually doing the right thing here. They're doing everything as a due process, as according to procedure, and they're trying to get to the bottom of this. Initially, I thought that they're just doing this to save Fate, but then again, it looks like from the looks of it, they are taking this situation very seriously. And Bob Bennett did come out and made a statement and said that, look, we're not going to be influenced by the money machine behind Canelo Alvarez. So we're going to do this the right way, and we're going to get to the bottom of what's going on. So at the same time, I know Golovkin fanatics are going to be very upset about this, and they're going to be very angry about this. But look, here's the thing. Some believe that Golovkin can beat Canelo despite him being on PEDs or not. Okay, so be it. That's your belief. But the fact is that you have to preserve the safety of the fighter, okay? Because what if Golovkin did go ahead with the fight against Canelo? Canelo somehow knocks him out. What would you say then? Oh, why was he allowed to fight Golovkin when we knew he was on, when he tested positive for computerol? Well, that's what you asked for, okay? That's what you asked for. Okay, that was Golovkin's doing. He chose to get in the ring with him. He knew what he was getting himself into, and that was the result. So you can't, in that situation, they're going to have it both ways. They still want the fight to go ahead. They're angry that it's getting canceled. But now, let's say if it hypothetically it was going to go ahead and then Canelo knocks the guy out and you still be screaming bloody murder. But let's be honest, though. Even though this is going to be pushed back, the fight's going to be rescheduled for fall next year. Let's be honest. They still going to go after Canelo either way. The rematch will still be tainted, even though Canelo might more likely is going to be cleared and he passed all dozens of other tests. It'll still be a tainted victory for him either way, So, yeah, it's just a bad situation. But again, I'm not accusing him for knowingly taking computerol. I'm not accusing him for that. That's why we have to wait for the hearings from INSAC to go down and get more information on that. If INSAC has done the investigation already. So, whatnot. You got this guy talking about the Adonis Stevenson curse is the reason why Canelo and Golovkin has been canceled. Well, you know what? Low place, you do a lot more talking about Adonis Stevenson than actually what he's done in his whole career. I noticed that. I mean, Jesus Christ, man, you do a lot more talking than he's ever done anything in his career. Yeah, he's won a title off a bunch of leftovers who got knocked out. I mean, okay. Fair enough. He got Badu Jack coming up, all right? And, I did favor Stevenson to win it, but looking at this again, I'm not sure if he's going to pull it off against Badu Jack, to be honest with you. I really don't know. To me, it looks like a very even fight. And I will not argue against the fact that people may favor Jack to win it. I will not argue against that. So, anyhow, yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and throw that out. But anyways, let me see. Let's get back to the task at hand. So anybody in the comment section, do you agree that Canelo Alvarez? Do you agree that this fight needed to be called off? I think it did. I mean, I initially stated that before this whole news broke out. Let me know what your thoughts in the comment section. Do you think this fight should have gone ahead, or you think it should have been canceled, rightfully so, be postponed? Well, while you guys say yes or no, I'll get into some other news while you're doing that. All right, the Deontay Wilder Anthony Joshua situation. The saga continues. Let me see. Wait, what's this in the private chat? Who are y'all team lost because Dan the man told them the other team best player was hurt, which is another lie. What are you talking about? I mean, fake news, Dan. Really, really is funny because when I first reported that that Ortiz and Wilder fight was going to actually go down in March, and nobody believed me, and guess what? That came to fruition. Yeah, that came to fruition. Remember? So you guys call me fake news. I mean, I report everything that I'm seeing right here, and I'm giving my opinion and facts to it. And sometimes my opinions do come to fruition. I'm not saying I'm getting everything right. Just like you guys. You guys assess your opinions, and sometimes your opinions are wrong. So come on. And I put out actual facts behind it. So let's be, come on, let's keep it rational here. Okay, let's be impartial here. Call me fake news, Charlie, fake news, Chris. I was fucking with y'all. Let me see. Chill Zone says, yeah, canceled. And Reynolds says, should have been canceled. Akuma's Deception says, yeah, Akuma, the Shunkuku Satsu, the Shotokan karate expert and Street Fighter. All right, let's see. Canelo is getting what he deserves. Yeah, well, we'll see. Oh, here we go. Yeah, Charlie. Yeah, it's all good though, man. It's all good. So yeah, I mean, look, it's the right thing to do at this moment. Now the question is that who's Golovkin's replacement opponent is going to be? Now there's a lot of fighters threw their names into the mix here, or you could say threw their names into the hat. You have Gilberto Ramirez, who's at super middleweight. You have Demetrius Andrade. You have Danny Jacobs. You have the IBF mandatory. I forgot his last name, but he's a very dangerous guy. He's throwing his name into the hat. I think he's Russian. I forgot his name. Rabchenko. I think that's his last name. I have to go back and check. Billy Joe. Well, actually, Billy Joe is injured. He's actually got a fight coming up against Martin Murray, and Frank Warren actually ruled that out. He came out and said that nah, that's not going to happen. Billy Joe's not going to step in. Uh, so yeah, Masatoshi, absolutely, Sergey. Yeah, Sergey, I think it's Rabchenko. I think that's his last name. I have to go back and check. He is the IBF mandatory. He threw his name into the hat, and I actually took a look at the guy. He's pretty good. He's very good. He seems pretty dangerous. I'm not sure if Golovkin is going to take that fight on a 4 or 5 week notice. I don't think that's going to happen. Demetrius Andrade, I would love to see that fight. But I don't see Golovkin taking that fight either because that's a dangerous fight as well, especially on a 5 week notice. I don't see it. I would love to see it, but nah. Yeah, Davrachenko. There we go. Yeah, Derevchenko. Yeah, Derevchenko. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Masatoshi. Um, George Baggy. If you think about it, Canelo rather not face suspension, so it made more sense just to pull out rather than to face a possible 1 year ban. You know what? That's a good point, George. That's a very good point. Maybe he knew the ramifications were going to be a lot more severe than he initially thought. So maybe they kind of talked him into pulling out, so that way they could get a lesser sentence rather than a full length sentence. So uh, yeah, 1 year is a bit too long. So more than likely they're going to give him a 6 month suspension or maybe 5 months, so that way he'll come back just in time for the rematch in fall. Yo, Dwayne Jones, you know what, man? I'm gonna go ahead and send you a link, brother. Give me a minute. I'll send you a link. I'll get these other guys to get on here too. Uh, Bad guy says that Demetrius Andrade is a part-time boxer, though. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And Demetrius Andrade hasn't really been, he hasn't really been doing anything after his last fight against Alente Fox. I mean, at middleweight. So why not take that fight? He hasn't been quite as active, so why not take it? Take a chance. I mean, he's a viable opponent, but the name that's been thrown around is more than likely is going to be Spike O'Sullivan. And trust me, look, believe me, guys. I want to give Golovkin the benefit of the doubt here when it comes to Spike O'Sullivan. But I talked to some of the rational Golovkin fans. They're like, no, hell no, we don't want that fight. Spike O'Sullivan, give me a break. I mean, seriously, that style is tailor made for Golovkin. And some fanboy Golovkin fanboys might come out and say that that's going to be an exciting fight because of Sullivan's style. I mean, okay, that could be the case, but O'Sullivan's not that good of a fighter. I'm just being honest. Let me see. He got pieced up by Chris Eubank Jr. He got beat. Got dominated by Billy Joe Saunders. I mean, his best win on his record is against Antoine Douglas. By the way, the same Antoine Douglas who got steamrolled by Evantel Curtsey, who, by the way, is under investigation by a federal probe in a RICO case. Sad, but yeah, that's true. All right. So, look, like I said, I want to give Golovkin the benefit of the doubt. But some people will come out and say, "Hey, look, first of all, if we gave Wilder flack for fighting Chris Arreola in a situation with the Povetkin, during that Povetkin ordeal, right? Then we can't give Golovkin the benefit of the doubt for the same thing," which is a good point they brought up. So, because me personally, I didn't give Wilder I did not give him the benefit of the doubt for fighting Arreola. I did not, because I did not like that fight. I thought that was a meaningless fight. And I hate to say it, I was right. That was a meaningless fight. I know that was a last minute replacement, but still, that there were far more better heavyweights that deserved a shot than Arreola, who, by the way, was coming off of suspension. So, but Spike O'Sullivan, yeah, I mean, but yeah, we gotta wait to see though when the announcement officially comes out, because I was gonna be on Golovkin now because people are gonna wonder what's his next move gonna be. But from the looks of it, it could be Spike O'Sullivan. Bad guy says Spike. Oh hell no. Dwayne Jones is like, oh my god. And Jules also said the Gangs of New York leader. Yeah, it does look like Daniel Day-Lewis, though, don't he? With that mustache. Oh man. And already people are laughing off this opponent. And sadly, though, I know it's a last minute replacement, but Golovkin is not going to get credit for that win. Sadly to say it, he's not. But again, like I said, I would like to give him the benefit of the doubt. Uh, and the reason why I say that because look, opposed to the Wilder thing, Wilder wasn't really fighting better, good opposition when Ariel was his replacement. Now, as opposed to Golovkin, I will give him the benefit of the doubt because he actually has been fighting better opposition as of late. So there's a difference between the two. So a little difference there. So yeah, Dwayne Jones says Spike got eat by Eubanks and Eubanks ducked Golovkin. Yeah, he did. He did. He certainly did. There's no argument against that. Oh man. But let me ask you guys in the comment section. Do you guys give Spike O'Sullivan any chance in the world to win that fight against Golovkin? Or perhaps pull off an upset like Sergio Martinez did against Kelly Pavlik? Does anyone give Spike any chance at all winning that fight? Let's see. Well, you guys answer. Let me get some guys in the chat. Let me see. First things first. Let me get Dwayne Jones here. He wants to get in here. Chill says not even a puncher's chance. Dwayne says, well, at least Sergio had some talent. You know what? That is true. That is true. He did have some talent. He was a better, way better fighter than Spike O'Sullivan. But realistically, though, Sergio did go into that fight with, people didn't really give him a shot at winning that fight against Kelly Pavlik because Pavlik was, he took the fight on 2-week notice, I believe. Pavlik was, even though he was coming off a loss, well, he came off a loss against Hopkins. He went back down. I think he had got a couple of wins defending his middleweight title. I believe so. I have to go back and check. I don't quite remember. Let me look it up. Kelly Pavlik. Pavlik after the Hopkins lost. Yeah, he had a couple more wins. One against Marco Antonio Rubio, the same guy that Golovkin beat in 2 rounds. And then Miguel Espino, and then Sergio Martinez came in as a last minute replacement. I think because Paul Williams was scheduled to fight Kelly Pavlik, and Paul Williams pulled out of the fight. So that's when Sergio Martinez came in. And yeah, Pavlik was a pretty big favorite to win that fight because they thought Martinez was too small. He didn't have they just think he was too small for Pavlik, and they thought Pavlik was going to steamroll the guy. And we saw what Martinez did to him. It was a massacre what Martinez did to him. A massacre. Uh, yeah, what's going on, Rock? What's going on, man? He says, yeah, that's a trash fight. Yeah. And OC says that any fight other than versus Canelo is a trash fight. It's just a matter of figuring out which one is less trash. Hey, that's a good point. That's a very, 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 very good point. At least now we don't have to pay to see Golovkin fight. You know what, George? That's a good point. That's another interesting thing I want to get into because what is Triple G's team going to do? 360 Promotions, which is Tom Lofter, who's the other promoter here. What is he going to do? Is he going to put this fight on pay-per-view? Or is he going to put it on HBO? Because if they put that fight on HBO, Golovkin against a last-minute replacement, that's not going to sell. I'm sorry, that's not going to sell. And our tickets has been, people have already requested their refunds for their tickets already. So if they need to fill in seats for that fight, they're gonna need to cut down the ticket prices into like almost. I'm not sure how much, but they need to make it very reasonable so that way they can get fans to come to watch the fight. George said that Chavez Jr. even said he'll step up, which might sell tickets, but still a trash fight. You know what? Yeah, it can still sell, but Chavez Jr. he can't even make 160. So where's this fight going to be? Is it going to be at 170? I mean, 175? I mean, hell, Chavez Jr. even struggles to make 175. So could Golovkin go all the way up to 175 and make that fight? I think he'll gladly do it to fight Chavez Jr. Because here's the thing: Chavez Jr. is a punching bag, has no technical ability whatsoever. I mean, he's just a crude fighter. I don't give him no shot in hell to win that fight. I know he steps in. I read the article. He did seem a little motivated, but nah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Golovkin's team will take that fight, but I'll be honest with you. Chavez Jr. probably, well, let me take that back. Spike Sullivan probably put up a much better effort than Chavez Jr. And the only difference is that Chavez Jr. actually sells, despite the fact he's a very crude but not so good fighter. You know. And OC says just really unfortunate that a fight of this magnitude was canceled, which the sport desperately needed, in my opinion. You know what, OC? It is a very significant fight, and it definitely needed. The sport of boxing definitely needed it because it would have been a shot in the arm. You know, I'm sorry, a shot in the arm, a needle in the arm, I would say, to further, you know, say that 2018 has been a very, very, very good year for boxing. It has, but unfortunately, it's going to take a step back a little bit because this fight's been canceled. But it needed to be canceled. It had to because we need to get to the bottom of the situation. And INSAC's going to have to conduct a thorough investigation, and whatever findings they come up at the hearing, it'll be published. It'll be shown to the public, and we have a right to know. So. But the sport will go on, man. Look, the sport was going on. We still have better fights, you know, coming up soon. Look, we got Jared Hurd versus Arizona Lard this Saturday. That should be a very good fight. And then on the undercard, we have the rematch between Jay Zagel and Caleb Truex. And then let me see. Well, I mean, the fight of the year so far, which we can all agree, is Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz. So that fight right there kind of made 2018 look very good so far. We can all agree on that. Joseph Parker and Anthony Joshua, that fight was a big letdown. We'll get. I mean, speaking of Wilder and Joshua, I'll get to that in a sec. But let me just look at the schedule. J Rock's making his return, so it's 154. It's 154 and a 168 showdown coming up next Saturday. Then the week after that, we got Diago Huga versus Christopher Rosales. I mean, that's the little guys. I know that's a Nyota's thing. Carl Frampton versus Nonito Donaire, which is happening on the 21st of this month. That should be an interesting fight. Jamel Charlo is going to be fighting Hugo Centeno Jr. Solana Tete is going to be fighting Alvar Navarez, and Adrian Broner versus Jesse Vargas. And speaking of Adrian Broner, we need to get to that guy in a second because I heard something came up very unfortunate. So unfortunate, I should say. Javante Davis is facing Jesus Cuellar, a guy coming off a loss from the regular title. Yeah, okay. Then Jesse Magdaleno versus Isaac Dogby. That should be a very good fight. I want to see that fight at Super Bantamweight. That should be a very good fight. I probably would favor Magdaleno to win that one, but I don't know. But Dogby he looks very good, man. He looks very dangerous. He's got power, so he could crack. So Danny Jacobs versus Salaki. That should be Michelle Sakalaki. That should come up on HBO. Big Baby Mills fighting on that card as well. Katie Taylor be making her U.S. debut against Victoria Bustos in the unification bout at lightweight for the women's championship. So you have Bradley Skeet fighting on that card too. I believe he'll be fighting Kerman Lawarga. Never heard of the guy. So these are interesting fights. Then you got Donna Stevenson versus Badu Jack coming up. Then you got Sergey Kovalev versus Marcus Brown. That should be coming up. We just got to get the date to be finalized. So we got some good fights coming up. We got some very good fights coming up. So let's see what's going on in the chat. Rock 89 says, yeah, he won't be fighting Andrade. Yeah, it don't look like that's going to happen. I would love to see that fight, but Golovkin is not going to take a chance on Andrade. No. Let me see. Dwayne Joe says, look, if I'm Triple G, I'll just go to Charlo and say, look, you want me? If you want me so bad, then fight me on a short day notice. I mean, fight me on a short notice. Hey, why not? I mean, didn't Charlo come out and say he'll take that fight on a short notice? I think he would. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. Ross Clot says that MOBC versus everybody. As always, Ross Clot, you and his MOBC. But I can't be mad at you, bruh. Ross Clot says Canelo is a cheat. He's always been a cheat for a long time now. Well, we don't know about that, Ross Clot, so we're just going to have to see when the INSAC hearing comes about. David Hay versus Bellew in May. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that bad guy. Yeah, the rematch is coming up for Hay and Bellew, so that's an interesting fight. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention the undisputed cruiserweight fight. Murat Garcia versus Alexander Usyk. That should be a damn good fight. So, yeah, we need to cover that, man. That's a damn good cruiserweight showdown, undisputed. So we should do that. So, I mean, we should take that into account. Frampton will beat Donaire's ass. Yeah, I'm favoring Frampton to win that fight. Let's see. George says after Triple G got exposed a bit by Danny Jacobs, I don't know if he wants anything to do with a quick defensive boxer. Yeah, yeah, but you know what thing too, George? He has some difficulty with Kell Brook too. He has some difficulty with his movement as well. A welterweight, blown up welterweight coming up at middleweight to fight him, so he had some difficulties in that fight as well. So, yeah, Triple. I don't think they're gonna take a chance with these guys who are very slick, who are very awkward, especially a southpaw like Andre, who could actually punch and who could, muster a lot of shots at different angles. Uh, Ross Clark, come on, man. You got to get your head out of the clouds, man. Triple G was exposed. He was. We all know he was, but that doesn't mean he's not a good fighter. But every fighter's going to have some deficiencies, bro. You got to accept that. Let me see. Hoplo. What's going on, Hoplo? Hoplo says, what's this news about Joshua may fight Miller, not Wilder? Yeah, let me touch upon that a little bit. Eddie Hearn came out and said that he doesn't think that Wilder and his team are serious about making a fight. Although Shelly Finkel came out yesterday and says that, look, we accept Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua's terms to make the fight. Let's make it happen. We'll sign the agreement right now. Just send us a copy of the contract. We'll go ahead and get it done. All right. So send it over. We'll sign it. Let's do it. We'll do it in the UK. And then Eddie Hearn response to that says, I don't think they're serious. And they're gonna fight Big Baby Miller. And like I said in my last video yesterday, I thought that was all of a facade, to be honest with you, because Big Baby Miller was already penciled in for August, and Joshua will be fighting Miller in August in New York. So that was always the scheme. I think the fight between Wilder and Joshua is going to happen, but it's going to happen next year. But I think that Hearn and Joshua are just trying to buy some time, to be honest with you. I hate to say this, man. I think Eddie Hearn doesn't believe that Anthony Joshua could beat Deontay Wilder at this moment. I'm not saying he can't beat him. I think Joshua could beat him. But I don't think Eddie Hearn believes he can beat him at right now. And they're waiting for the right time to take him on. They think he'll slow down by the time of next year. If they believe that'd be a perfect time to take the fight with him. Or it could be possible that Hearn was trying to milk, hate to say it, like all promoters do this, milk Joshua's popularity, milk on it as much as he can before he takes that most risky or dangerous fight. So for his guy, so we'll see. But let's look at it from a businessman perspective. It would not be too ideal after the Klitschko fight, which was a big scare, to put your fighter there against, essentially he's a cash cow at the moment. As a promoter's perspective, you don't want to risk that too much, okay? But at the same time, you look at it from a spectator looking from the outside in as a champion. Once you grab that belt, there aren't no excuses why you got to put off fights as long as stall fights as long as you can. You got to fight the other champions. You got to fight the other top contenders. And all credit to Joshua. He's been doing that. But it seems like his last two performances with Takam and Parker recently, seems like Hearn is going to be very, very, very careful what he does with Joshua at this moment. It does. Apparently, Wilder has to fight Dominic Breazeale. Yeah, actually, it was going to be a good fight. I predicted that will happen anyway. So I think that's going to be a very good fight. And I know people are going to say, well, that's a Anthony Joshua leftover. Okay, fine, fair enough. I mean, did Anthony Joshua fight Eric Molina, which was also a leftover from Deontay Wilder? Let's be consistent, guys. Let's be consistent. Dwayne Jones said, look, if I'm Wilder, I hijack the Joshua's plans to fight Miller and beat the brakes off of Miller. If we're talking smack, he'll be talking. You know what? That's a good idea. I actually like that, Dwayne Jones. I actually like that because Miller coming out talking about that he slept with Deontay Wilder's baby mother a while back. So I don't know, man. Yeah, Miller's trying to talk his way into a fucking fight, which I do like. All fighters do that, man. I ain't mad at Big Baby for doing that. Akuma's Deception says that Usyk and Gassiev would make noise against these heavyweights. I think it's going to be a damn good fight, man. I think it's going to be a damn good fight. And Gassiev, man, even though you may tire him out, but he's very dangerous at the end when you hurt him. So Usyk's going to have to be. I predict Usyk going to be He's going to fight him very cautiously, like he did against Breedis. Usyk is going to be very cautious. He's going to be on his back foot for the most part of the fight, and Gassiev is going to pressure him all night long. So that's what I expect. Ross said, how did Triple G get exposed? Exposed is watching Donaire lose to Regal. That's exposed. Triple Jacobs got dropped. Well, Ross Clot, as I've told you a while back, as many others told you, is that Triple G is a punching bag. He's a sitting target. He doesn't move his head. He has slow reflexes. He has slow footwork. His hand speed is very slow. Yes, he could get to you because of his chin, but the fact is that he gets hit a lot, bruh. He's a hitting target. And the fact is that that chin may not hold up as long for much longer if he keeps getting hit like that, dude. It just is very dangerous for him. It's very detrimental to his brain. Okay, yeah, he may have his health faculties now, but on the long run, it probably will have a residual effect on his health if he continues to get hit like that. So, um, yeah, Akuma's Deception says, look, if Parker made Joshua look bad, imagine these master boxers like Usyk and Gassiev will do in that division. You know what? Someone brought this up to my attention because someone said that if Usyk comes up to heavyweight fight Joshua, someone said that Usyk is going to make Joshua look very bad, and I said, nah, you can't. You gotta be crazy. I actually thought that was nonsense because I know Usyk is not a really. I mean, look, he's a nice, he's a decent sized cruiserweight, but go up to heavyweight, that's a different task because his punching power may not have the same effect at heavyweight like it does at cruiserweight. He's not known to be a puncher, but he's an accumulating puncher, like Joshua is. And Joshua may have more effect on his on a single shot than Usyk does. But looking at what Parker was able to do to by moving around a lot, showing Joshua different angles, using his head movement, try to control him at range. Yeah, Usyk has, I don't know, man. Maybe Usyk may have a shot at beating Joshua. Who knows? Hey, he may have a shot at beating Wilder, but I'm still going to favor Joshua and Wilder to beat Usyk or Gassiev, but particularly Usyk. So you may have a point there. We'll see. I think Joshua is still big green for Wilder. He's a good boxer, but not a great boxer. Yeah, that's a pretty good point, Dwayne. Hey, great man, great comments coming in. Great comments. George says Baggy wants to fight like Lemieux. Triple G wants to fight like Lemieux, who stands there, but I think he might take the Saunders fight. Well, I hope I truly hope so, man, because that'd be another undisputed fight that we should see. I think we deserve it because right now we got Gassiev and Usyk coming up, undisputed fight, and then we got, if possible, we could get the middleweight showdown between Golovkin and Billy Joe Saunders for the undisputed championship. All the titles on the line. So I definitely believe that should happen. George says, I bet you that Saunders is blowing up Triple G's phone right now. Yeah, I hope he is, man. But I'll be honest with you. If Saunders takes that fight, I may have to favor Saunders to win that because the way he looked against McMill, oh man, I don't see anybody rushing to get in the ring with Saunders after that performance. And Triple G probably won't even do it, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Ross Clyde, well, Akuba said if Triple G can catch Usyk, yeah, good point. Mr. Boxer today, what's going on, man? He says, what up, Dan? How did you score AJ versus Parker? Outboxing can be tough to score at times, especially when both aren't being active. I only had Parker up against Theory 6-5 to 1 in their fight. Yeah, you know what? I scored that fight 8-4 for Joshua. But looking at it again, you can argue that you could give 5 rounds to Parker, but there's no way that he won that fight. I know some people are going to run around and say that's bullshit that Parker won it. Okay, fair enough, but I just don't see that he did because, like you said, he wasn't doing enough. And to be fair to Joseph, he tried to work it inside. He tried to hit Joshua with some body shots, which did hurt Joshua, by the way. And the referee will always be prompted to go in there and break up the inside. It's the inside work between both Joshua and Wilder. When they were both trying to get their shots up in the side, he was just promptly trying to break it up. It's like, dude, what are you doing? So if you're not going to allow the fighters to fight inside, you're going to try to keep if they're not doing anything from the distance. So then you got to get them a chance to try to adjust take the fight in the inside, and the referee was not doing that. That's just an amateur performance by that referee. It's sad that Eddie Hearn and Dave Higgins, by the way, I think he was responsible for this as well, for even hiring a referee like that. That was just a terrible performance, man. So with that said, I scored an 8-4 for Joshua, but it was just a bad performance by both fighters. It was just bad. It was like I say, it wasn't that terrible because they both showed some tactical adjustments that we didn't expect from them, but still, overall, it was not a good performance by both men, both of them. And I know Joshua is getting more of the flack, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because Joshua was expected to run through Parker, and no one gave Parker a shot in the hell to even go the distance, or by the matter, even remotely give him a chance to win that fight against Joshua, right? And look what he was able to do to Joshua. He made Joshua look like he was somewhat one-dimensional. He did that. And I know, look, you're not going to get every knockout. I agree with Anthony Joshua. Not every knockout artist is going to get every knockout in the fight. I get that. But the problem is that the expectations were set on high, so high for you to blow out Joseph Parker, to make a statement. And Anthony Joshua didn't do that. This is the reason why he's getting the ridicule that he's getting. Okay. But at the end of the day, it's just one fight. Let's move on. He's got to move on to something else. But the one thing I would have to say though is that I saw some Vladimir Klitschko type of tactics by Joshua in a later course of that fight, and I did not like that at all. You know, headlocking the guy, leaning on his back when he tried to come inside to try to zap his energy, which probably pretty much had effect on Parker's stamina when Joshua was doing that. So I didn't appreciate those tactics by Joshua. Really did not appreciate that at all. So I just hope, and I know I read somewhere, and EJ brought this up too, that uh, Joshua did contact Klitschko like 2 or 3 weeks before the fight to get some pointers on how to jab. But I think there was also some pointers that Klitschko, some advice that Klitschko gave to Joshua about how to wrap up an opponent in a situation to prevent him to fight in the inside. So I did not appreciate those tactics at all. I mean, like I say, it's only one fight, but I just hope that Joshua doesn't do that again, man, because now if he keeps doing that, he's going to be deemed as a boring fighter. And I don't want that. AJ's not a boring fighter. I don't want to see him go that direction. I really don't. Um, Let's see. Bad guy says there. I hopefully Joshua Wilder doesn't turn into a Brook and a Khan. I hope so too, man, because both guys, anticipate welterweight clash. Khan was stalling that fight as long as he could. We all know that because he was trying to get a bigger purse. He got knocked out, and then Kell Brook tried to upstage Khan by going up to middleweight to fight Golovkin, just like Khan did to Canelo. So they both took major setbacks and losses. I mean, Kell Brook took back-to-back losses before he made his return recently. So there's just no luster for that fight. If that fight gets made, so be it. But it doesn't lack the luster and enthusiasm like it did before when these guys were at top of their game. I know Khan took a loss here and there, but he was still at top of his game. And that was a fight that everyone wanted to see, particularly in the UK. But I just don't know, man. I really don't know at this point. I don't think Joshua Wilder was going to turn up to be that way, but let's just hope not. Let's see what else we got here. Hop, what's going on, man? Yeah, same score. 116, 112 for Joshua. I agree. Let's see. Ross Class says, Park, you make it man. You make it seem like that Parker's an easy opponent. How do we know if Wilder can blow out Parker? Ross Class, let me tell you something, brother. I actually did not. I actually came on here many times on my hangout and on other hangouts and said that don't write Joseph Parker off. And a lot of guys were laughing at me because they wrote him off, not me, and they know who I'm talking about. They wrote him off. They thought he was a very weak champion. They thought he was the weakest heavyweight in the division. And I told everyone, "Say, look, this is what happens when you step up to competition." Yes, Joseph did look good against Fury. He did look good against Kajadu, who was his last minute replacement. I know that, but the fact is that this guy is very good. He's a very technical sound fighter. He's got unbelievable combination punching. I'm telling you, do not sleep on this guy. And look what happened. I was proven right. And everybody thought that Joseph Parker was a what you call it, was a weak link. Everyone did. All the critics said it. They thought Joshua was going to. They thought that he had no chance against Anthony Joshua. And some of the Anthony Joshua supporters were saying that. So yeah, he's a champion, but he still doesn't have a shot against Joshua. That's what they were saying. But now that they see that what Parker was able to do to Joshua to make him look so one-dimensional, they're moving the goalposts. They're moving it. That's what they're doing. They say, yeah, we knew that Parker was going to be this way. No, you did not. Why are you lying? You didn't say that leading up to the fight. Now you see that he made your guy look so one-dimensional. Now you will try to change the narrative. That's what they're doing. Ross Clyde, so I'm being real. I'm being real, brother. So, they can't. I even told one of us that you got to eat your words, man. You cannot sit there and move the goalposts to say that you knew Parker was going to be this way. No, you did not. You expected him to get blown out in 3 or 4 rounds by Joshua. That's what you guys said. And now look at you. You kind of you shot yourselves in the foot when you said that initially. So, I mean, come on, man, Ross Clyde. I did not say that Parker was the weakest link. I even said that he was a good fighter. I've said it many times, and people laughed at me when I said that. And Mr. Boxing Today knows that. Yeah, Charlie Brown knows it too. Sorry to say that, Charlie. But Ross Clyde, I see you want to make a video. Come on, man. That's cool. That's cool. I ain't got no problem with you, man. You can make a video, but I'm telling the truth. I always said that Joseph was going to give uh, Joshua a tough time, but I did. I was wrong on one thing though. I did expect a stoppage by Joshua. I did, but I thought it was going to be in the late rounds. I thought it was going to be in the 11th round, but I was proven wrong in that area. All right, but a lot of people expected that fight to. A lot of people expected that fight to end a. That hold on, guys. A lot of people expect that fight to end a lot sooner than what they. Yeah, I did, yes, yes, I did, Charlie. You know, go look at all the hangouts. I did say that. I did. Why are you lying? Let me see. Yes, you did. I never said he was the weakest link. I never said that. That was you and EJ who said that. Y'all want to come on here and dispute what I said? Come on. I'll get you guys on here. Let's see. Why are you lying, Charlie? Let me see. Rosclaw says, I never said that, Dan. I never said that, Dan. You always put words in my mouth. Parker is the weakest link, but he's hard to beat. Wait. Hold up. Wait. How can you say he's the weakest link, but yeah, he's hard to beat? You can't. That doesn't make any sense, bro. If he's the weakest link, he's the weakest link. You can't say he's the weakest link that he's hard to beat. That makes no sense. Chad Ross says that I thought Parker would put up a good fight, and he did what I thought he would do. Parker got a chin. I picked the decision also for Joshua. Good point. I predicted AJ Torres split decision as Fox. It was my prediction. Roscott, I'm not saying you, bro. I know you probably predicted to right. I'm not saying you. What I'm saying others who try to move the goalposts after what they saw in that fight last night, the Joshua fanatics. I'm sorry to say that. They're moving the goalposts on this. Chad Ross says if you listen to the LDBC, yeah, nobody lasts more than 4 rounds with them. Yeah, they're wrong too. So I'll come on and say that they're gonna have to eat the words on Parker too. They thought he was gonna get blown out here in 4 or 5 rounds, and they're gonna have to eat the words on that too. I know they're trying to say that. See, that makes Joshua look like he's a weak fighter. No. He was in there against a very skilled fighter. Plain and simple. I've said that many times. But again, I can see why he's getting ridiculed because everyone wrote Parker off. They expected him to get Parker out there 4 rounds. Why do you think Eddie and them chose that fight? They thought he was the weakest link. They thought he was the weakest link. And look what happened. It kind of backfired in their face. So now they realize that this is going to get a lot tougher than what they initially thought. A lot tougher for them. Joshua and his camp. They now know that now. No doubt in my mind that AJ wouldn't be able to steamroll Parker. Absolutely. I didn't think that was going to happen either. Let me see. Wilder got 38 bumps on his record, but as far as jump joy for a 50-year-old Ortiz. Yeah, man, everybody's got jokes. All right, look, Roscott. Here's the deal. I said this once, and I'll say this again. Wilder does not have an impressive resume. I know that. He does have Ortiz, and he got Stavern. Oh, yeah, I'm going to mention Stavern. Let me tell you why. Because remember, you and I remember when the Stavern fight got announced the first time when they first fought for the championship, and Wilder was the mandatory. A lot of people said, I'm not saying you, man. A lot of people said that Wilder was going to get beat by Stavern. They said he had no shot because look at the technical the technical gap between the two, and then the fight was getting postponed. They thought Wilder was ducking. I remember those videos. I remember those comments. They said that Wilder was going to get beat by Stavern. They say he had no shot, and look what happened. Look what he did to Stavern in the first fight. Now Stavern gets written off as a bum. Okay, just like Ortiz. I see how that is. Trying to move the goalposts, right? So I'll tell you one thing: if you want to write off Stavern, then we definitely got to write off Charles Martin because Charles Martin is nowhere near as as skillful or better than Bermane Stavern. Let's be realistic. He is not as good as Stavern. All right, so we can play this both ways, bruh. We can. Derek Williams says, "What up, Dan the man?" Meanwhile, while Joshua trying to make peace treaty with Wilder going to a second-degree murder charge in the ring. Man, you got jokes, bro. I will get to that in a second because I know the WBC is launching an investigation on this. So, uh, let me see here. I gotta talk to somebody here. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Uh, what happened in 2019? Let's see. Where was I? Yep, Mr. Doc. Yep, stop, Mr. Doc. Remember that too. Everybody was picking Stavern to win that fight. I remember that. Now everybody wants to retract it. I'm sure those people took their videos down because they didn't want to look like they were. They didn't want to look stupid. Kingpin says, Roscoe, aren't you American? I mean, shouldn't Americans support Americans according to the LDBC? Well, Kingpin, look, man, that's the thing about our country, man. We have a liberty to support who we want to support, okay? I mean, ideally, yeah, you want to support your countrymen, but you have that's your choice. You don't have to be inclined to do that, And Roscoe can support whoever he wants to support. That's his prerogative. Just like I have my prerogative to support who I want to support. Just like Mr. Doc, just like Mr. Boxer today, even those I disagree with, they have the right to support whoever they want to support. That's their business. So that's the greatest thing about the United States and the UK. Both countries, or both regions, I should say, have the liberty to do what they please, whoever they want to support, and I respect that. So, and that's what I admire most about liberty. Mr. Doc says, yeah, I already went through that. Hop says, just like when they moved the goalposts after Wilder Ortiz, many Wilder haters, not all of them, not all, don't jump on me, went from Wilder will finally be exposed to he beat an insignificant 50-year-old opponent. Yeah, I mean, that's true, Hop. That's exactly what happened. A lot of guys are doing this because they just can't stand Wilder. I mean, look, man, you don't have to like a fighter, but you have to give credit when credit is due. And out fair is Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown does that. He is very down the middle. Sometimes, and Charlie, I know, man, I'm gonna get you on. You are a Joshua fan. That's cool. But sometimes Charlie is down the middle. That's the way it is. He's gonna give credit when credit's due. And Charlie's not a Wilder fan. He doesn't like, I mean, he probably likes Wilder, but he's not a fan. But he'll give him credit when credit is due. So that's the way it is. Mr. Boxer today says that which heavyweights have the top 5 current resume. Curious. Hey, I was going to get to that, Mr. Boxer today. Now, here's the thing I was going to ask. I know a lot of people want to shit on Wilder's resume, but let's be honest. Other than Anthony Joshua and Alexander Povetkin, who has a better resume than Deontay Wilder at heavyweight? Who does? Can anybody answer that in the comment section? Now, but since you asked that question, Mr. Box, today, I'll give you my top 5. I got I got Povetkin number 1. I got Joshua. I got Wilder. Did it before him? Maybe David Hay. And then 5, I got damn, 5 is a bit of a toss up. I don't know, man. 5 is a little bit of a toss up because I'm trying to think here. Well, you could say Ortiz maybe, or maybe Brazil, probably. Let me look at the top 5. Maybe Dillian White. I don't know. That 5th was a bit of a toss up. Yeah, but Dwayne Jones, excellent. Nobody other than Joshua and Povetkin has a better resume than Wilder. Let's be honest. And a lot of people shit on Wilder's resume, which I laugh about, but nobody else does. Let's be honest, nobody else does. Kingpin says that right now AJ has a better resume. Well, he's in the top 2, but Povetkin has a better resume than AJ, brother. Let's be honest, he does, because he's beaten a lot more quality oppositions than AJ. But let's be fair though, he did beat the guy that Povetkin did beat. That was Klitschko, and AJ is a unified champion. So yeah, I can see your argument in that area. But as far as the quality of opposition, Povetkin is the one who has the better opposition than AJ. I mean, I know I see Charlie got AJ number 1. He's got Povetkin number 2, Wilder number 3. So there we go. Most of us agree that Wilder has the 3rd best resume as a heavyweight, and his shit gets trashed. That's why I find this funny, man. I find this very, very funny, to tell you the truth. Then Charlie Brown says Parker, then Miller, and after Duopa. Miller after he beats Duopa. Okay. But don't you have Ortiz after Parker or before Parker? I think you have Matt you have him after Parker, right, Charlie? At this moment, Mister. Let me see. Mister Boxer just say that Mister Boxer today says this is why I brought this up because most fans can barely put together a top 10, let alone top 5 heavyweight resumes. So fans claim that guys have shitty resumes compared to who? Exactly, Mister Boxer today. I brought this up about a couple hangouts ago, and no one can answer that question. And they all agree that Wilder has the third best resume as a heavyweight. Believe it or not, it's in the top 5 as a heavyweight. He has a top 5 resume as a heavyweight. Kingpin says, "Why don't y'all push for Wilder versus Povetkin? I would love for Wilder to put him to sleep. Actually, I want that fight. I want that fight, Kingpin. I love to see Povetkin and Wilder fight. In fact, Wilder even came out about a couple years ago and said, hey, despite the drug testing controversy, he said, I'll fight Povetkin. After that whole thing blew over, then Povetkin was supposed to fight Severn, and so Povetkin sent a subliminal message to Wilder. Wilder responded to it and said, yeah, we'll eventually meet one day. I want to fight you. I definitely want to see that fight. Mr. Boxer today said that's the reason why I laugh. Exactly, Mr. Boxer today. That's why I'm laughing at this too. It's like everybody get on Wilder's so-called garbage TV. Look, it's not the greatest resume in the world. We all know that. And again, I have to repeat myself. Who else other than Povetkin and Joshua? What other heavyweight has a better resume than Wilder's? The difference is how much the best fought the best. Yeah, that's a good point, Mr. Doc. That is the disparity between the resumes. Of course, Joshua has fought the better, the best did. Wilder, obviously, so did Povetkin. So, yeah, that's the reason why they both have the top 2 resumes at heavyweight. All right. All right. But anyways, guys, like I said, Hop says that I'm not sure that Joshua beats Ortiz. What do y'all think? Well, Hop, peanuts and crackers, by the way, shout out to you, brother. I don't. Well, there's a reason why Joshua and Hurd avoided Ortiz. We saw what he did to Wilder. And I brought this up yesterday in one of my video uploads is that I'm surprised. I'm not too surprised, I should say. Maybe I should be surprised that after Ortiz took a loss to Wilder, the Ring magazine still updated their rankings right after that loss, right? And I'm looking at it right now. So the rankings are updated from March 25th, right? So Ortiz is still ranked number 5. So he's in the top 5 heavyweight despite that loss. Okay. All these other heavyweights are calling each other out, but why no one called out Ortiz? It makes you wonder, you know. So there's a reason why Joshua and Hearn avoided that fight because they see what Ortiz could do. And we saw what he did to Wilder. So that what does that tell you? I just think that even that version of Ortiz would really, really put a hurting on Anthony Joshua. Yeah, they're not taking that fight because Eddie Hearn even came out before lead up to that fight. He was very puzzled on why would Wilder take on a dangerous guy like that. He's risking it all by fighting Ortiz. That's what Eddie Hearn said in an interview, I think, with IFL. That's what he said. And so, what I just don't see. Yeah, I don't see. I may have to agree with you on this one. I just don't see how Joshua could beat Ortiz, even at that in that form. He could. I just don't see how he could beat him. Dwayne Jones says that low place hate for Wilder is real. Yeah, we all know. We all know that. We all know he hates Wilder. That's no that's evident. Let me see. M. Riddle says that Wilder lays Povetkin out. Yeah, he does. He does. I agree. He does. I think he does. But it definitely be a tough fight. Dan Mac, what's going on, brother? What's going on? We agree. What's going on, man? What's going on? Nah, you ain't a Wilder fan, low play. Stop lying. You always lying, man. Stop fucking lying, dude. Every time Wilder does something that you want him to do, then you turn around and try to shift the goalpost. Say, nah, you didn't do it this way, that way, man. Stop doing that, man. Give the man credit when credit is due. Jesus. Yeah, bro, hey Hop, I'm gonna use that, man. Blow plays, beware, be aware of the bronze medal curse, the bronze bomber curse. Oh man. Yeah, realistic boxer says that Hearn wants Joshua and Miller apparently. Yeah, that was expected. That was expected. That's not surprising. to me, again, I hate to say this, Hearn and is trying to stall. He's stalling, man. I think he's trying to put off this fight as long as he can, so that way he can get Wilder where they think it's the right time to get him. That's the way I see it. I mean, if you can't see that, then I don't know what else to tell you. That doesn't say that they don't want the fight. They're just taking the fight when they feel it's right time to do it, and they're doing it on their terms. That's the way it is. So, um, I'll be comfortable favoring Wilder K over Povetkin, but when the fight was first made years ago, I slightly favor Wilder. Yeah, I agree, Mr. Boxer. Today, I'm more comfortable Wilder beating him right now too, but still be a very tough fight either way. Big concerns if it's in Russia, though. Yeah, we all know what's going on in Russia, man. We all know what's happening over there, Mr. Doc. Why was 5 million enough to take Povetkin, but 25 is not? They shouldn't be worrying about a rematch for 25 for Joshua. First of all, low place. That was a mandated fight, bruh. Okay. Number two, the fight went to a purse bid when they could come to an agreement. So that's why Ryan Bisky won the purse bid and they were able to dictate the terms. Okay. On behalf of Povetkin. So that's the reason why that purse came out the way it did. There was no way in hell that Heyman can outbid Ryan Bisky. All right. Who's actually one of the few promoters in this world who can actually outbid Al Heyman. So you got to stop twisting the facts, bro. Yeah, Kingpin says that actually people thought that Wilder was scared to death of Povetkin. Yeah, I mean, I remember that too. And a lot of people were hoping that he was going to vacate his title because of the fact that we all were, faced the reality that he would have to go to Russia. And a lot of people felt that Wilder wasn't going to go through with that. But he did eventually sign on for the fight. He was training. He spent money on the training camp. He was prepared. He was going to fly over there, but no one wanted to give Wilder credit for that. Although the fight got canceled, but no one wanted to give Wilder credit for that, for doing that. They wanted to move the goalposts again. Hop says that Dan's are the best chats. A rational host with good chatters who respectfully expresses different opinions. Absolutely, man. My chats are like, all about, it's all free for all. We all have different opinions, but I keep it neutral. You know what I mean? So I like to have everybody come on and voice their difference of opinion, though it does get a little wild and crazy. But at the same time, we try to keep it respectful. Let's see here. Mr. Riddles, don't they don't hear me though. Let's see. The man was a she drug T, so no longer the Mando. Blah blah blah. Weed degrees a rarity today. Dan Max says that Wild and Joshua are well beatable. A year ago, a clear top five heavyweights, but now they're chasing the pack. Now they have the pack chase a pack close the gap. Yeah, I mean, there's got a lot of fighters closing in on them because they are both champions. So if of course, everybody's going to go after the champion. So it's going to get harder for both of them, particularly Joshua now that he's owed 3 belts. So it's going to get a lot tougher for him. A lot tougher for him. So even though Wilder carries 1 belt, people are still gunning for him. So they're both going to be in a tough situation. So they got to deal with it as champions. Let me see. Yeah, right. I'm going to do it, bro. Whatever. Yep. BG. Bad guy. Povetkin's got Russian mafia money. You can't outbid him. Yeah, unfortunately, that's the fact. That's a fact. I'm not sure Ryan Bisky. I mean, he is a billionaire, but was he part of the Russian mob? I'm not sure about that. Let's see. Let me see. So, like I said, guys, I know Eddie Hearn. I mean, I hate to say this. I like Eddie Hearn, but it's just like it makes me difficult to believe him because it's like Shelly Finkel pulled out his receipts. He has documentations on what's going on with the conversations between him and you, Eddie. So you need to start doing the same. If you think that Shelly Finkel and his team and Lauder are not serious, and that you saying they're lying, you saying they're contradicting they're very contradictory, then maybe you need to show your receipts just like Finkel does. I haven't seen any receipts by Hearn, and this is not the first time that Hearn's ever been very contradictory. Because I remember when he said that one time that Kell Brook had tried to make a fight with Errol Spence at one point before the IBF mandated the fight, and he said that Errol Spence team wasn't interested. They weren't serious about making the fight, and then Errol Spence team come out and said that's not true. We have the documentation right here. What is he talking about? Eddie Hearn had to had to recant or retract. You know, and no, look, man, I like Eddie. He's done well for the sport. I like what he's doing. He's trying to strengthen his brand, just like any other promoter out there is trying to do. But sometimes you got to call out for what it is, man. He's not innocent. Shelly Fico's not innocent. Lou DiBella's not innocent. Al Heyman's not innocent, certainly. I've criticized Al Heyman. I've criticized DiBella and Fico and Hearn. So everybody is subject to criticism. I don't care who you are. I don't play favorites here, bro. You know? So let's see here. Hop says, I agree with Low Place that Stevenson's power is the only fighter. Power is the only fighter I can think of today is powerful compared to Wilder, but you're right on that. Yeah, I agree with him on that. But like I said, Lo, you do more talking about Donna Stevenson than what he actually done in his career. So, all right, let's see. The evidence can be right in Hearn's face, and he still lies. Yeah, I mean that's the truth, Emmett Rose. That's the thing. I mean, I was like, come on, Ellie, you don't have to. What do you gain from trying to deceive the public? I just don't understand that. Okay. Now I've gone on Wilder for his team for many things they were doing wrong when he won that WBC title. I've gone on them for many occasions. Look at my videos; they're still up. All right, but Eddie Hearn is again. He is no exception to a rule. Neither is Joshua. If they're going to do something that's contradictory, I got to call it out. Just like I called out Wilder and his team for their contradictory, practices. Let's see. If Wilder had Eddie as a promoter, he was making the money. Joshua was Wilder will level. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know about that because I remember Eddie Hearn signed Luis Ortiz, and then he was promised the Ortiz fight. Ortiz was promised the Joshua fight. He never got it. That's why he parted ways with Hearn because of that. So I don't know. Mala, what's going on, man? What's going on here? Let's see. Mr. Doc says that, damn, what's the latest on AJ Wilder, bro? I heard that Wilder accepted 60-40. I heard saying Wilder doesn't want the fight. Yeah, see, here's what's going on, and as I have to I'll explain it again. Wilder came out and said that he accepts the terms. He'll sign the contract as long as Eddie sends it over to Finkel, and they'll sign it right now. They'll go to the UK for the summer. Now, Hearn's coming out today. This was yesterday. Hearn's coming out today and saying that they're not serious. We're going to go with the Miller fight. I'm like, well, wait a minute. Hold up. How can they not be serious? Do you have a receipt of that? Do you have an email or something saying that, okay, we sent this over to you. My client has signed. Now go ahead and sign the contract. Now, if they sent it back with some objections, then I can understand why. But Eddie Hearn hasn't done that. So that's why it's hard for me to take his word. I was like, where's your receipts then? If you're saying they're not serious, then where's your receipts? Where's your proof that your client, Joshua, signed his end of the deal, that Wilder refused to sign his? Where's your proof of that? That's why. See, this is why I'm having a very difficult time believing him. I mean, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I like Eddie Hearn. I don't understand. Like I said, the only motive here is that he's trying to wait. They're trying to stall this as much as they can. I believe they want the fight, but they want to do it on their terms, and they want to, they're waiting for Wilder to slow down. That's the only logical explanation here. They're waiting for him to slow down. Only logical explanation. Mala says that Wilder fights aggressive with Povetkin from the outside fight to his advantage. He'll put Povetkin to sleep. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree, Mala. I agree with you on that. Shout out to you, man. You're cool, man. I need to get you on here. What's up, Dan the Man, brother? What's going on, sister? 1224529. Everybody's watching the news. YouTube offices were shot up. Oh, really? Really? I need to check that out. I did not know that. You know what? Let me check on that. I was gonna mention Adrian Broner. I'm gonna get into that in a little bit. Realistic Boxing says that Wilder is not in the script. He has never been, and Hearn is doing what the Eubanks did to Hearn regarding the Golovkin fight, getting free American publicity. I don't know. Yes, that's probably true. Probably. Are you saying they're using Wilder's name to get American publicity because they're fighting Big Baby Miller? Is that what you're saying? Realistic? I don't know. Maybe. But if I was Wilder, here's what I would do. I would show up at the Big Baby Miller fight. I know he's going to be there, and he gets in that ring and he gets in Joshua's face. That'd be a perfect time. And that'd be in August, though, so we'll have to wait. Dan the Man's running from the debate from the MOBC. All right. Hey, Ross Clyde, you want to get on here? Let me know, man. I'll get you on right now. We can chop it up. How about that, bro? Let's see. Malik Scott is Ollie Harris, a great talker, trash fighter. Well, Dwayne Jones, I would say that, well, that is a toss-up. Who's a better fighter between Malik Scott and Ollie Harrison? Maybe Malik Scott's probably a little bit better than Ollie Harrison. Yeah, you know what? The YouTube office is 122. It actually lives. It's in LA because I live in LA, so it's in my neck of the woods. I have to check it up, see what's going on with that. Um. Yeah, I hope everybody's okay though. I have to go check on that. Yeah, we're gonna be off pretty soon. But I let some guys in here, but we're gonna chop it up real quick, and then I'll try to end this in that 1 hour. Let's see. All right, let me get Dwayne Jones on here because I know he wanted a hangout vid. So let me get him on here. Dwayne, if you're up for it, then I'll get you on, brother. Mrs. Boxes today, do you want a hangout link too, man? Oh, San Bruno. Oh, it's San Bruno. Okay, I'm not living in San Bruno. I thought it was in LA. Oh, Hop, you from the LBC? Oh man, Long Beach. I used to live in Long Beach a while back in the day, you know? So so let me see who wants to let me see if I get Dwayne Jones on here. All right, brother. Yeah. Yeah. So Ross Clark, you want to chop it up, let me know, man. Cause I'll get you on here right now. Let's see. I think it's right here. Is this the one? Yeah, I think this is the one. Yeah, I can't find it. Hold on. Yo, Dwayne, do me a favor. Send me your email address again, man. I can't find it. Send it to me again in the chat, and I'll go ahead and email you. All right. All right, I got you, Charlie. I got you. Hold on. All right, let's see. See if I can get somebody else in here. Uh, hang out. The people. We'll chop it up quickly. All right, so let's see. All right. Let me see if I got you here. Yeah, Dwayne, just let me know, man. Just send me your email again, man. I can't find it. Somebody jump on. Okay, we got Destiny, we got EJ. What's going on, y'all?
Yo, what up, Destiny? What up, Dan?
What's going on, bro?
What's up,
What's
Dan?
not much, not much, not much. How y'all doing?
Good.
Yeah, I'm good,
Good.
man. Yo, I bet Destiny gonna be out. Destiny gonna be out of her depth on this one. I bet you. I bet she don't
Yeah.
know what's good. Destiny just come for jokes, man. She just come for some jokes. See what's popping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And all she wants to do is talk about AJ and Wilder. That's all she go. That's all she go with.
No, that's not what it is. You
All right,
did.
what you know about Canelo, then, Destiny?
By the
Destiny, what you know
time
about
brought it
Canelo?
to
Uh
attention, Dan.
oh.
Hold on.
What you know?
When you brought it to our attention, Dan, that obviously the fight gonna happen in 2019,
See, that's
right?
what
But I
she cares
believe
about.
that fight gonna happen. That
Yeah.
fight definitely is not going.
So Destiny, what you know? Destiny, what you know about Canelo?
Cool. Oh
See,
yeah,
there
he
you go.
failed. He failed the test, right? He failed his test, right?
Oh,
Yeah, he did.
Destiny's all right, Destiny, she
Yeah,
got it.
she got it.
All
She
right,
got it.
Destiny. Destiny's all right. That's
Hey,
my
but
girl, man. You know, that's what Destiny's the first. That's what Destiny's the first women of boxing out here, bro. The first women
yeah.
of boxing.
Well,
You
I
know,
got another female boxing fan in the comment section 1224529. I'll ask her if she wants to come on and chat sometimes. Hey, I want to ask you guys since we're talking about Canelo and Golovkin. I just talked about this a second ago. So you guys know the fight's officially canceled. So
yeah.
And Kingpin is in the comment section. He's like, man, nobody cared for that fight. Why are we talking about that? But I want to talk about that. Do y'all think this is a right move? And do you think Canelo?
Yes, definitely.
No.
Boxing into disrepute, man.
No, man.
Well, it's not the right move.
We don't. Low wants to see another.
No, just simply because they let like other people got tested positive for with the beef and shit. So they let them go on. No, this ain't the right move. But the voice of the Superman Stevenson curse actually no. But y'all go ahead.
Oh, here we go.
That came up in like under a minute.
I know one thing. I know Triple G's made the right. He's made the right decision, man.
Yes, he was gonna get beat up.
He was gonna get punched up, man.
Yes,
but I roided up Canelo.
Exactly.
Well, let's hold up, guys. First, it was Canelo who withdrew, not Triple G. So now. Because Canelo was like, look, he's too much, man. I can't. I think they probably brought him behind closed doors and told him, like, look, man, you're going to get a lengthy sentence here. You might get suspended for 1 year. So what you're going to have to do is voluntarily withdraw from the bout and let the process plays out. So if you're going to get a suspension, but it's going to be probably about 5 to 6 months. And then you'd be back in the fall in time for the rematch with Golovkin. So I think that's what they probably told him. Is that's why he's going through with this. So, and speaking of Golovkin, we now more likely Spike O'Sullivan.
If Golovkin lets Tommy Boy get him anywhere the fuck near anything to do with fishnets, no, bro. No,
fishnets. Who is fishnets?
No, bro. Yeah, you don't go back to that again after this shit show. Are you fucking kidding me? Madness.
Well, I mean, look.
Don't get me wrong. I fully would expect Tommy Boy to do that because he's an idiot and a complete, mismanager of boxing careers. But I'm just saying.
But you know what? Here's the thing, though. A lot of Golovkin fanatics are not gonna be happy about this because they're like, this fight should have gone on. I mean, look. Here's the thing, and I just said this earlier. It's like, look, the whole purpose of this. And I have to give credit where credit is due. I got to give credit to ISAC, even though I've criticized them for their practices over the years. They're doing what they have to do. They're doing the due process. It's all about preserving the safety of the fighter. You got to make sure every fighter does everything accordingly. They go in cleanly, and that's it. Okay? They're doing what they have to do. The fight's going to happen this year, So why are you guys getting all upset about why this fight's being canceled? So you rather here's the way I see it.
That Yamanaka thing was a bad look, man. It looked bad.
That was horrible.
WBC is going to do anything they can to avoid that happening again.
I think that's part of it too. I think that's part of it as well.
A major part of it.
Yeah, I think that's part of it as well. But at the same time, as I pointed out, it's going to be a double standard because what if the fight did proceed, right? Canelo goes in there and he knocks out Golovkin. What would these Golovkin fans got to say? What are they gonna say? They're gonna say, "Oh, he fought. This cheater came in here all PD head up and shit." That's what they're gonna say. I was like, "Well, that's not."
Or I would have said his dumbass got in there with a roided up Canelo. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's like, well, hey, first of all, your fighter chose to take the fight, and two, you wanted him to take that fight. So don't sit there.
Yeah, like Tommy Boy's all out of it. He was just playing. He had no problem pitching him in there with friggin' the incredible Roy Canelo.
When was the first time Canelo did Vada? Did he do Vada USADA for Lara and Trout? Did he do that shit for them?
No, he didn't.
You crazy?
So Golovkin wouldn't have been in with nothing new. Like that
he did it for Mayweather, innit?
Yeah, he probably would.
Yeah, might have done it for Mayweather.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man. He did. I remember he did.
Come on, man.
They just randomly turned up.
Fuck them average dudes, man. Canelo average lads, man. Them halfway ass dudes. It is what it is. I'm so happy that the majority racist fans don't get what they want. I'm goody. I'm living. Motherfucker, I'm living. You know what I'm saying?
Look, let me ask y'all this. Some people are going out saying that this is the biggest travesty in boxing. This fight's canceled. I'm like, no, boxing's gonna live on. What are you talking about?
Tell me they actually used the word travesty.
That's what they said.
How is it a travesty when I can see Thunder Bum right now clutching his Golovkin action figure? How the fuck is that? I can see PP right now. How the fuck is that a travesty? How is that a travesty?
You're right, but wait, that's gold. My book, man. That's comedic gold.
Show your faces. Show your faces. Get on your video.
At least let us see your tears, right? We want to see your tears. Whoa.
Yeah. All right, but look, the people in the comment section like, dude, they don't even want to see them rematch anyway. There's like, there's just no interest anymore. They don't even care. And EJ was right about that a while back.
Because
Nobody cares about this fight.
Canelo's a freak show, dude. Canelo's a freak show, and Golovkin's got a friggin' a horde of completely mindless, gibbering, you know, fucking barbarian Thunderdomes have followed him around. Exactly.
No, don't say it. Thunder bums. That's
Thunderball. Thunderball. Thunderbomb, Thundercoke, you know, take your pick. Yeah, I get it.
Man, y'all tripping, man. Y'all tripping. But now the question is, Spike O'Sullivan. Now, that may be the actual replacement for Golovkin.
I knew I could count on Tommy Boy, see? I knew I could count on Tommy Boy. If it wasn't going to be Spike, it was going to be someone on that level.
Yeah, enough to get Golovkin average ass back in the knockout column again. You know what I mean?
Enough to get the retarded Golovkin fans all up in arms and all that shit.
He got another defense. He's tying the defense record. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I know. They're still trying to count that. They're still trying to count that regular WBA title in them defenses. Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Yeah, you can't count that title, man. In reality, Golovkin's got 9 or 10. 9 title defenses, man. You can't count that, man. I don't know why people keep counting.
I know.
Count the ones that he got.
6 or 7, wasn't it, Dan? Like 6 or 7. They tried to add on.
Let's count them. Let me. I'm gonna go count them while y'all talk. We ain't giving you no draw, bitch. We ain't giving you no draw average.
Yeah, you got to find where it says that he got upgraded. Low place.
Did he get a draw? Did he get a draw? Did we give him the draw? Or what?
No, we're not giving him the draw.
No, you got to draw. It's a draw, man. What does it say? Scoreboard.
Yeah, which one was it? Which one? He got upgraded when
it'll say regular WBA, and then at some point it'll say
he had the world. He had the world. He only got upgraded during the Gill fight.
There you go.
Upgraded in 2014 of July. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
There you go. Golovkin fans. 5.
You got 8.
Defense, 8. Okay. You got 8 defenses. There you go. Count them. 8.
Canelo wasn't gun falling for your bum beating tactics. Go fight another bum, get in the knockout column.
So 8. How many more do they got to go, Dan, to get to Bernard?
Oh, man, you got like 12 more to go.
So there you go, Golovkin. You got like 12 more to go. You got to squeeze 12 more fights out of your dude. Good luck with that.
I don't see that happening. But you know what? Speaking of fights may be called off, Adrian Broner is being sued for sexual battery. Now, could this disrupt his fight with Jesse Vargas? I'm reading this. Yeah.
What? Sexual battery.
So all right. So wait a minute. Is he trying to? Is our him?
Battery.
Well, no, it's like him and what's his face are
like assault and battery.
Yeah, sexual battery. Hold on.
Is it from when he got arrested at the mall?
I think it has something to do with that. I think it was a incident that happened 4 years ago. He was intoxicated.
Is this like some contest between him and Figueroa to see who can get the worst arrest or something? I mean, what?
No, right?
Yeah.
He's a sexual battery. Put him in a dildo. Put him in a fucking vibrator. Sexual battery.
Come on, man.
Vibrator. That's all I got to say about it.
Settle down, low place. Settle down.
He's a vibrator operator.
Settle down. Easy, low place.
Wrong part of the conversation.
Yeah, what's up, Rock?
Any part of Broner is the wrong conversation. Any part of Broner.
I was thinking that exact same thing. I'm like, boy, he walked in at a really awkward moment.
Broner need the opposite of Adderall and shit. No, he need Adderall.
Wait. Look, hang on. Rock, tell us, what was the first word you heard?
Let's keep it box.
That's funny enough.
Yeah, that's funny.
You need sexual batteries for vibrators. That's what you need.
No. Come on, let's get off that, man, because you kind of making people in the comment section kind of nervous, bro. Now you kind of make people in the comment section.
I'm trying to say, settle down, low place. Settle down, easy, man.
Relax. Nervous with that, but here's the thing, though. I'm looking at the report. It stems from what happened in 2014. The woman suing them for that, but. I don't know. It doesn't look like the fight's going to be canceled, but do you guys think this fight's going to get canceled based off this, or what do you think?
If he goes to jail like Figueroa did, it's getting canceled.
I don't think. So I don't think it's gonna. But it was no.
What?
Breaking up
Destiny?
the Destiny.
Destiny, you break it up.
Breaking up. Say it again. Say it again.
They're gonna pull out. Broner and Figueroa are gonna pull off a first and be the first fighters to both be replaced in the same fight.
That's probably true. But go ahead, Destiny. That's probably true. Go ahead, Destiny. You kind of broke it up there.
No, I said I don't think the fight is gonna be canceled.
Yeah, I agree with Destiny. I think it's gonna. I think all this stuff. Broner's been going through some stuff before, but it shows that it's gonna be hard for him to focus. Though I don't think he will win. I'll tell you that much. I don't think it's gonna be cancelled because, you like Mayweather had a case, and like they pushed it back. They wanted him to fight, so it depends what the date is and whatever's going on. But you can still fight in between. You know what I'm saying? I agree with Destiny. I think the fight's gonna continue.
Yeah.
It's shame. Battery. What do you mean battery? What, he beat down a girl?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, sexual battery. Yeah, it's kind of like almost trying to rape a woman, not trying to. She's not consenting. Yeah, she's not consenting, and he's getting. He got vital. That's what it is. Sexual battery.
What's wrong with Broner, man?
No,
Broner. What's wrong with
it really ain't gotta be violence. It ain't gotta be violence.
It is kind of violent. That's
what. No, but he's got a nice girl. What's wrong with him, man? He's got a nice. Is his baby mother? Is his baby mother?
I think. Let me see who it is. It's a year
Who is it?
ago.
Is it that light skin thing?
Her name is Kyla Cruz. Is that his woman?
Oh, some Spanish thing.
Yeah.
Joker, bro.
No.
What state?
I think it's in Kentucky, I believe. It's not Spanish. She's African American.
Man went down south to.
Oh, he's going to
fuck, man.
It's in Kentucky, right over the river from Cincinnati.
Mike Tyson fucked up in Indiana.
Hold on.
Kentucky.
Rock, what'd you say?
I said it's in Kentucky and Covington, right over across the river from Cincinnati.
Oh, he going to jail. That's Commonwealth, bro. That's Commonwealth over there.
Yeah, he's done, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know,
Kentucky, you ain't getting away with that.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, we don't know, but Hopper's in the comment section. Like, who cares about Broner at this point? They're just
over in Kentucky with
we do.
I get it. I got it. Sexual battery or criminal sexual contact is sexual conduct that does not involve penetration or sodomy, but does involve it does involve physical contact of a sexual nature without the person's consent. So he didn't have to hit her or nothing, but if he like grabbed the ass. In Kentucky,
that's some misdemeanor.
I can tell y'all the punishment. Let's see, penalties. Let me read it first.
Misdemeanor, man.
Let me.
Not that hard.
No place has got his law books out.
That's considered.
Hold on. Oh, rape and sodomy in the first degree, punishable to about 10 to 20 years in prison. He didn't do that. He didn't do that. Now, shit. No. They said sexual battery laws by state. And you go to Kentucky, and you got rape and sodomy in the first degree of Class B felonies, punishable by 10 to 20 years in prison, unless the victim is under the age of 12 years old or receives a serious physical injury, in which a case, damn, Broner. But they just said, hold on, I'm confused because it said, okay, it's a sexual battery or criminal sexual contact is sexual conduct that does not involve penetration or sodomy. So how is like this page I'm on is all fucked up. It's all fucked up.
Well, let's put it.
Is it possible for this conversation to go any more left?
Yeah.
It's a good one though. It's a good one. It's a good one because we can finally put this fucking hype job away, man. We can get him out of here, man. I'm okay with that. We can get the fuck out of here.
So that's why you broke out the law books.
No.
What do you mean hype job? How's he a hype job? He's a full-weight champion. How's he a hype job? He's a full-weight champion.
Dan, where's the article that you got where he's
I'll put it in the chat.
Is it Boxing City?
Yes, Boxing City. I'll put it in the chat. But let me just say this though. He's innocent to proven guilty because you have to understand a rape case or a sexual battery case is very hard to prove unless the person takes a rape kit and the person does confirm that everything is valid. So let's see what happens from there. Let's just hope the fight does continue with him and Jesse Vargas, and we'll go from there. All right. And let's talk about where?
It's in Atlanta. It's the case at the mall. It's in Atlanta.
Okay. Well, there it is. We'll take a look at it. I'll put it in the private chat. But anyways, y'all, let's move it on. Now, This has got brought up again. I don't want to get to this, but let's just be honest. Let's move on from this because we all know Wilder and Josh are not happening this year. Okay, I said that in my last video that I thought that was a facade that was put up there to put more interest into the fight going into 2019. Now Eddie Hearn is coming out saying that we're going to fight Big Baby Miller, which we all said that was going to happen anyway, and Wilder's going to fight Dominic Brazil. How do you guys like those matchups?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know.
Define like. Hopefully, we'll get a couple spectacular knockouts.
Well, the Big Baby Miller fight, that's probably the most dangerous for Joshua out of all of them, to be honest with you. Because Big Baby, you can hit that. You can hit that dude with a kitchen sink. He'll keep coming forward, man. I know Jared Washington doesn't hit as hard as Joshua, but I don't know, man. Big Baby Miller, he can take some shots, man. And he'll keep coming forward, man. That's the thing.
Big Baby gonna get done like Parker, gonna get hit and get on the back foot.
Yeah.
He gonna get hit and go backwards, bro. That's what's gonna happen, man. I don't like that fight. I personally don't think that's the matchup. Like Povetkin, maybe for Joshua. Yeah. Like style for style, Big Baby probably better for Wilder. But you know, as far as no. He might not be good for either one of them because he like to get hit and shit. Can't be just hit a heavyweight.
Yeah, I mean he's very slow and lethargic, but Big Baby. But
Eddie Hearn's running. Eddie Hearn, you should call Eddie Hearn the road runner. Yeah, I mean, he's making Joshua run away from the trouble, man.
Already call him Fast Eddie.
Yeah. Why, man? He's running away from Wilder, man. It doesn't matter because the thing is, you're running away from Wilder, and it's like you run into a hard rock.
No. Eddie Hearn's rich, man. He's gonna get in one of his Porsches or something and drive. Joshua in them fights he might get battered up by Miller. If Miller don't win the fight, Miller's definitely gonna batter him up, man. He's gonna EJ, you call Miller the worst heavyweight you've ever seen.
AJ looks like he's from the time AJ went to Vladimir and started learning from Vladimir, he took a step back.
Oh yeah, man.
Yep.
That's an awfully big step if you think he's going to lose.
He stepped back. It's a big step back.
But yeah, that's the thing too. When he fought Parker towards the end, using those Vladimir Klitschko type attacks, his whole head locking him, leaning on his back, dude. I'm like, look, okay, it's one fight, I get that, but don't do that again, man, because people are not going to look at you as a boring fighter if you're going to employ those type of tactics. I'm sorry. I just don't appreciate that. I mean, I know you gotta do what you gotta do to win fights, but that's just one of the things you don't do, especially if you know your opponent can't do nothing to you. You gotta get them out. Get them out, man. You just can't be extra cautious, you know what I'm saying?
I liked it when he came in with the Vander Holyfield and the Mike Tyson approach, man. You know what I mean? The Vander Holyfield approach. He's putting hands on you, not trying to hold no one. And then all of a sudden they took him down to Glad. I mean, why didn't he go to mess with Lennox Lewis? Lennox Lewis is more exciting.
Yeah, I agree.
Glad, and you can see right there when you're watching it. That's why people could feel it. It's like, man, I wasn't watching AJ no more. I was watching Vladimir Klitschko, man. And you know what I mean? He stunk the place up. I don't know why AJ done that. And if he continues to do that, he's gonna find himself in trouble. You know what I mean? He'll find himself in trouble. But you know what? To be fair, if he improves on his jab, which he looks like he has, but then he should improve on his inside when he throwing hands as well. Don't be trying to hold the man in the back of the neck, man. Just keep working, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that referee was really bad, though. That referee was really bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone reckon Eddie had paid that referee off. It makes AJ look even worse as well. And some people are actually saying that Joseph Parker won. There's actually people saying that Joseph Parker won. I couldn't believe it.
That's one thing. The ones that make me laugh are the ones that were like robbery and like 10 rounds to 2.
Man.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it when you guys told me now to score it 10 rounds to 2 for Park. I was like,
now on D-Marsh. That D-Marsh did a draw. I was like, what fight were they watching, man?
That I can at least, you know what I mean? That's not that out there. But
I can't believe it was nowhere draw.
Are you trying to tell me, EJ? I'm saying it's nowhere near as out there as 10 rounds to 2.
That fight was one-sided, man. It's one-sided.
Man, Joseph Parker boring, bro. That's the problem. He was scared. He was running. He was
he was. Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Look at the man wouldn't stand his ground, bro.
My point here is, I think we can all agree. Parker didn't win no 10 rounds?
No.
Yeah.
No.
We can all agree on that, right?
Yeah,
Parker
let me
did
say
not
that.
win the fight. He did not draw the fight.
No, he did not. No, he did not.
didn't.
But I will say that
He did not show up. If he would have fought like he did
hold
with
up.
Fury, I have respect.
Hold up. Let me say that. Let me say something. First things first. I did notice a few things in this fight. Yes, Joseph Parker didn't fight the fight that we would hope he would fight. I give you guys that. He did not win that fight. I scored that 8 rounds for Joshua. All right, but I will point this out though. Whenever Joseph tried to work inside, in fairness, Joshua tried to do the same thing too. But it seemed like Joseph's adjustment, since he knew he could win the fight from the outside, what he tried to adjust is try to take it to the inside where he could work the body. Referee would immediately step in,
clinching.
No. Hold up. Charlie, hold up. Whenever they got in the clinch, when Joseph tried to work inside, which he was getting his hands, going in the inside, the referee would immediately step in and break them up and prevent them from fighting in the inside. He wanted to keep them from the outside, and from that, and from that right there, Joseph had no other adjustment tactics after that. He knew he couldn't win He couldn't win it from the outside. He tried to take every time he tried to take it to the inside, the referee wouldn't let him. I'm not saying this is not
too strong. It was too strong. The guy knew he was too strong, and that's why he was on the back foot running.
Sound like Terrence Crawford versus John Molina, but I'm just saying it sounded like that to me. But then again, John Molina wasn't headbutting. Like I said, bro, the man hit you with his nose.
Let's keep it on AJ, man.
Man, AJ did his thing. Parker was fighting scared as I have ever seen him fight, except for the Andy Ruiz fight. He's fighting like a coward, and that was a dry fight too. Parker, it was a dry fight. So he brought the same game plan. He tried to bounce off the damn ropes and get himself out. But all Joshua had to do was stand his ground. You hit nothing but a brick wall, and next thing you know,
it was dry.
Joseph Parker fought dry, so that's what you get.
Dried out the arena.
He's bang on. He's bang on, bro. He's bang on. That's what I saw. He's bang on.
I'm gonna let him use his head and work inside. Forget him. If you want to fight, you should have stood.
Yeah, well, Joshua should have got him out of there. Well, guess what? Joshua should have got him out.
Couldn't. Not easy.
There was no emphasis on that. Joshua just had to get the W. That was it. That was his game plan going in there.
By the way, did you guys say that Joshua was going to steal?
It would have been impressive. It would have been impressive, man. It would have been impressive.
So what happened to his chin then, Dan? Yeah. Mr. Fake News. What happened to his chin? His
fake news for?
His weak
hold up. First of all, Puerto Rico. Hold up. Hey, hold up. Didn't you say Puerto Rico was part of the United States? It was the 51st state of the United States. Let me bring that up.
That was a mistake. Honorable mistake. What you said was a mistake? What you said about his chin was a mistake? Come on, Dan. That's deep, bro. Come on, answer it. No, but let's not go off onto that.
Let's go. But let's be real. I did say though, this is going to be a tough fight for AJ. I told you guys that. But the only thing I was wrong on is that I thought AJ was going to get him out in the 11th round. That prediction I got wrong. But I did say that fight was going to be much tougher than what you guys thought. You guys thought it was going to be a walk on the park, and look what happened. I told you it was not going to be a walk on the park.
Hard battle, though.
I told
you. He dominated the fight.
Yeah, no cut.
Hard to watch.
No broken nose.
Easy work. The man made easy work of himself because he refused the fight. Right? He refused the fight. Parker would have been so much tougher had he fought the way he did with old boy, but he might have got himself knocked out being tough.
Did you see the punches that Joshua was missing when he had Parker pinned to the ropes?
Yeah, but I mean, he didn't.
What about the punches Wilder was missing?
Yeah, that's not what I'm looking at. I mean, Joseph fought negative. It's easy not to get hit when you're being pretty negative. Yeah, you can look and see, and you're not trying to do nothing in return.
Well, let me ask you this: why did Joshua go to the body to keep him stationary?
He did early, and he stopped. During the fight.
No, he didn't.
Okay, you go look at the big right hands to the body early in the fight and tell me.
He abandoned the body attack. He abandoned it.
That's what I told you.
No, he abandoned it. No, he started that off early.
That's what I told you. That's what I told you. I said he did early.
He abandoned it early. No, he abandoned it early. Then he tried to go for the headshots towards the end of the fight. Then what he did when Parker tried to slip the shots, he slipped the shots. He slipped the shots. Whenever Parker slipped the shots, tried to get inside. This dude was headlocking the dude and leaning on his back. That's what Vladimir.
Okay, so you can go watch the second round right now and tell me you don't see two big right hands to the body in less than 10 seconds. You can literally.
That was the second round. Okay, what did he do after that?
That's what I
did he do after that?
I'm not saying that. No, I'm not at heavyweight. You don't have at heavyweight. You don't have to do 100. Whoa, damn, hold on, come on. At heavyweight, you don't have to do 115 sustained 15 punch combination. 2 can do it.
Okay, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this: Did Joshua come close to knocking out Parker?
No, he didn't have to. He never had to. I never said he was. I said this is a.
How can you say it was easy work?
Because he made easy work. He was easy work. When I watched the fight, he caused no harm, bro. He caused no harm. He made himself weak. He fought weak.
Yeah, you're saying like he struck. He didn't struck. He fought the fight stronger than Wilder did against Ortiz.
Yeah, but you know what? I will say this. Yeah, I hear you, but let me tell y'all this. Y'all moving the goalposts because y'all didn't say this before the fight was lit up. You did not say this. Now y'all trying to move the goalposts now that given the fact that Joshua.
What did I say?
I'm giving Joshua his credit.
Y'all are.
Give Wilder his credit. That's all I'm doing. I'm just giving.
That's right. I give Joshua's credit too, but y'all gotta stop doing this. Just say, you know what? This is not what I expected. Parker maybe should have done better, which I said.
That's why they call you Dan Fake News, man. You be lying out here.
Nobody said that. Then I'm gonna literally go get what you asked me, and I said it's 2 undefeated champions. May the best man win. Like I've literally said that on your hangout, so I don't remember nobody saying it's gonna be easy work.
No, EJ, no. EJ Charlie said that. I never said it was gonna be easy. Y'all are.
You know the only person I can tell you one person that I literally said that they told Parker's easy work, and he's a dumbass. It's PP. That's the only person I ever heard say that. Literally on the hangout.
I don't listen to that dude. I don't listen to that.
I was on the hangout. I was on the hangout.
That's for sure. Pretty much all of us had Joshua by stoppage, did we not?
I don't know.
Exactly. I will say that. I said late.
I said late if it happens, not early.
Yeah, I'm not talking about Yulo place. I was just generalizing.
Wait, hold up. Mala in the comment section. He is a New Zealander, by the way, who actually admit that Parker lost that fight. Shout out to Mala. Mala said here, look, Parker didn't fight negative. He fought a tactical battle the first 7 rounds of the fight. He won at least 3 rounds. The second, hold up. The second half of the fight, AJ used his reach and jab to control. Yes, he did. I'll say that, but go ahead. You guys want to chime in on that?
No, that's what we said anyway. That's more or less what everyone's saying. That's what everyone's saying. But you're trying to make up like man said he was going to get out. Like,
did y'all say he was the weakest link in the heavyweights? Did y'all say that?
He still looks the weakest link
from the 4. Yeah, from the top 4. Huh?
He was the weakest champion. He was the weakest champion.
He's the weakest link. He's the weakest link for real. Like
he didn't look. Well, he didn't look. No, he didn't look like that in that fight, bro. I'm just saying.
Who does he beat there? But who does he beat?
World class, Dan. He got dominated by Joshua.
Dominated. Really?
Yeah.
That's why he's got the belts. Dan.
Yeah.
Dominated. I didn't see no domination.
Look at his face. Look at his face. Look at.
Let's not fall into semantics.
Are you talking about? Hey, if you're talking about that cut was caused by an elbow by Joshua, the left elbow. So I don't know. That was not by a punch. I mean,
dude, he ran. Dude, he got dominated, bro. As soon as he sees the power, that's what made him on the back foot. That was his plan B. So if Joshua hits hard, run. That's what it was.
I give you that. I do give you that. He did feel that power. Yeah, I give you that. He did. And I will say this: Joshua. No. Joshua did control the pace of the fight. He had the reach ownership. That's what won it. I would give him that.
Most fighters don't practice the fight on the back foot. And Joseph Parker, he's a front foot fighter. He likes to come forward and get. I'll give it to him. He's got fast hands. But the thing is, even having that fast hands and all that, but if you don't know how to fight on the back foot, and that's what he did because his counters were 2 out of range, and he realized when he was missing with them, as you know, when you throw punches in boxing and you keep missing, you know what happens to you? You keep getting tired. Actually, the punch that they said Joshua threw a lot of body shots more than anything, so that's probably why he brought his hands down. But Parker was in great condition to run like he did. The way he ran, it was time, bro. He put the tracks out, man.
Yeah, he moved a lot. Moved a lot, but he showed he could do that in the what's the name fight, the big Mexican man fight, man. You know what I mean? So
Ruiz?
Yeah, so like Ruiz. I recall 2 big ass right hands, second round, right there under the body. My man, after that, it wasn't no more stand your ground, and I knew from that point on. I said it and they laughed. I said Parker got fast feet. She said, man, Parker ain't got no fast. I said bullshit. But compared to the heavyweights he's fighting, and he showed it. I give Parker credit on this. His defense on the back foot was better than I expected it to be, even though it is easier to be defensive on the back foot. But it was still better than I expected.
Hold No, hold on. EJ.
This hang
But
up
let
says
me
Canelo, but we ain't talking about it. It's weird, like to say people tune in to see talk about Canelo.
It got both. It got
saying.
both of them in it. It got both of them in it. It got.
we did.
We talked about Canelo a bit.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
we did.
Canelo only gets like 10 minutes because there's not much in it.
Because they bums,
because the conversation went left, man, with the whole
You did.
nonsense with Broner.
Yeah, let's move. Keep it moving because we got much more stuff to talk about. Hop had a question in the comment section. Kubrat Pulev versus Dillian White. We all know that got ordered by the IBF. That's kind of out of nowhere because last week the IBF ordered Pulev versus Brazil. Now, from my understanding, Brazil probably backed out and said he didn't want that because he knows he can get a shot at Wilder. So why do I need to fight an eliminator where I can get a shot at the WBC champion right now? That's a voluntary. But Pulev says that. I mean, not Pulev. Hop says that. How do you guys see that fight? How do you see that going between Pulev and White?
Dillian should leave that alone. There's no point Dillian going that way. Dillian should go for the other belt, which is out there, which is Wilder.
Pulev's gonna pull out again.
I don't think Dillian should go. I don't think Dillian should fighting so hard to get the WBC ranking. And
right.
I don't think you should. I just don't think you should do that. If he does take it, that means he has to fight AJ again, and that wasn't the plan. You know, the plan was to fight Wilder. So why are you taking that fight?
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Maybe Dillian. Well, the thing is, if Dillian backs out, who's IBF going to mandate to fight Pulev?
Dillian about that life. Dillian about that life, bro. But he already a mandatory. Why would he go be another one? You know what I mean? He already a #1 guy, so it kind of make no sense. Can't make no sense.
No, why would you want to fight Joshua again after you know you can't beat Joshua? You can't.
Hey, I will. I think he'll fight Joshua again.
No, I know, but you can't beat Joshua.
No, he will.
Maybe you know what it is? He's trying to fight Joshua to get some of that money. Maybe trying to get that money.
Man, that man wobbled Joshua with one arm, bro. One arm.
Well, also too, Dillian did say that. Look, he was going to that fight with the injured shoulder. So maybe if he had that other shoulder at 100%, he would beat Joshua. That's what he said. I know. I agree with you. I agree with you.
AJ's got better, so it's not going to help you, is it?
Yeah, I agree with you. That's not going to help him.
AJ's gone back. Let me clarify. AJ's gone back in excitement. That's what I meant. Not necessarily back in thing, but he's more all-rounded now. Dillian, look at Dillian's opponents. That's not going to get you ready for AJ. You know what I mean? Dillian needs maybe Dillian fights Kubrat Pulev and keeps him busy, and then goes back for the WBC ranking. I don't know what Dillian's up to. I don't think Dillian should fight him though. I don't think Dillian should fight him.
Dillian should fight Wilder, man, and get punched up and get the money and get paid.
Pulev, you don't think Pulev's a dangerous fight, do you?
Nah, I don't. But Pulev.
Pulev's was more like I say. I was only half joking. Odds are he's gonna pull out again.
You know what I do? I tell you what I do. Right? I tell Dillian to go back for the WBC, fight Brazil, and I tell Derek Chisora to come in and take Pulev for a rematch. That's what I would do.
See, I think Brazil's more dangerous than Pulev.
Like
I think so.
I'm just talking in terms of because it seemed like you were
Pulev though a second time.
The way Derek's looking now,
he beat him the first time.
Yeah, like that's what they should do with Derek. Put Derek against Pulev. Right?
Oh, Derek! You're talking about Derek Chisora? I thought you were talking about Dillian White. Oh,
Derek Chisora. Wait, hold up. Pulev already beat Chisora. Why would we need to fight him again?
No, but I'm just saying, Dillian.
I thought that fight was closer than.
No, I thought it was close.
Yeah. I thought it was close.
Derek won it. I thought Derek won it.
I thought Pulev won that fight. But yeah, it was close though. I agree with you. I agree with you on that. But why would he go do that again? I don't see that happening. Well, why, EJ? Why?
I'm just saying, like, because I don't see why Dillian would want to take that. But maybe he's going after AJ's money because AJ got money. But what? But you think the fans would want to see Dillian versus AJ again? Like, come on, man.
Yeah, but hey, back to this.
Why wouldn't they? Hell yeah, the man just got a spectacular. Yeah, they would, bro. They just got spectacular knockout. I heard them before. I'm better than ever. Hell yeah,
I bet you're the only person on the panel that wants to see that.
No, I'm not saying one. It's several fights I want to see that, but at the end of the day, that shit, it's gonna work, man. That's a tear up, bro. That's a tear up.
Yeah.
Dillian White ain't bringing you no bum ass fight. He not finna do a Parker and be all around the ring and don't fight.
Oh, well, hold up. Miles got something. Miles is challenging you guys on this. Look, he said, look, you guys keep saying that Parker didn't want to fight after the 8th round, but he didn't have a whole lot to say in the matter with the bigger man using a jab and reach and took control. Parker just couldn't get close. So
no, he could. that he could. That's what I'm talking about. Because AJ's range. I mean, what you talking about? Like Parker was controlled, and he was found wanting, and he got beat. Compressed. There's nothing more into it. There's nothing more into that fight. Like dudes, I don't know what dudes are looking for. Like AJ controlled him. AJ controlled him. AJ could do what he want, right? And the referee, more time, AJ should have knocked out the referee and replaced that guy because that referee was terrible. Other than
that, I told you, Dan, that ref, man. The
only problem I had with the ref was honestly the tape. Like I promise, everything else, I'm like, yo, y'all fighting a dirty fight. He gotta
the refs. It's the ref's job. It's the ref's job to curtail, for example, holding or headlocks.
Them some big boys,
because the cornermen are gonna tell fighters, you keep doing that if it works until the ref tells you otherwise.
There's some big boys though, man. He getting control of that fight. He was only like 6'1". He was big as hell.
You ever watch Bill's late? No, Lopez. You ever watch Bill's late ref heavyweights?
And I've seen him have to lose control a few times and just be a spectator, but say stop, break. He
found a way to separate like some of the biggest
guys, hold up. Low. I gotta say something real quickly. Look. I'm not sure if you guys heard the tragic news, but the YouTube studios got shot up today. So
the
YouTube studios, the YouTube broadcasting studios in San Bruno, California, got shot up today. So there's a possibility that
channels.
I'm not sure about that. But if we get cut off for some reason, that could be possible. That's in Northern California, not close to where I live. I think it's in San Mateo, not San Bruno. Okay. Well, actually, no, San Bruno.
UK. They got YouTube UK. We're all right, mate. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but well, I'm just saying.
EJ is savage. EJ is savage.
We got UK. We're good.
Keep it moving.
Yeah. I'm just saying, but my condolences to those families out there, man. If you know,
did anyone die? Did anyone die?
Yeah, nobody.
It's an ongoing situation. Last I heard,
it's an ongoing situation. Yeah, we don't know.
They like shoot it in the building, kind of thing, or some shit like that.
Well, there are several people that have been taken to the hospital. There's no deaths that's been.
I told y'all the Democrats, man. I told in that video I made.
No, shut up. Hold up, bro.
We're not going into politics, low place.
Yeah, we're not going to that. Yeah, leave that alone.
Stay on target. Target.
Yeah, let's do that. Look, there's no deaths reported yet, but we'll find out soon. So.
Fuck it.
That means they can keep the systems on. Don't worry about it, man. We're good. The lights are
hold on. Let's keep it moving. Black Latin Seas, you in Gardena, bro? Oh, you ain't that far away from me, bro. I'm in southern part of LA, man. So that's cool. All right. So anyhow, let's move it along, guys. Let's keep it boxing. Let's move it along here. Let's see. So let's just hope for the best for the heavyweights, man. There's some good things that's promising, but now there's another fight that nobody's talked about. I'm very surprised nobody's talking about this. Manny Pacquiao and Lucas Matthysee has got announced for July 14th.
It's gonna be Come on, man.
Why y'all?
A mismatch.
It's fine.
That's gonna be a good fight. But
it's a fun fight. It don't mean shit, but it's a fun. Hey, he gonna be Keith Thurman mandatory if he win. He will, but not mandatory because the WBA don't.
Not even competitive. He's gonna man is gonna blow him out inside 5, man. Lucas is not that good.
Like, man, he's old, dude. He's old. No. He's old.
Best thing would be for Manny to get knocked the fuck out. Manny need to get knocked out and come to his senses, right? That's we can all hope that, right? Because at least Lucas got some kind of future. Manny need to sit it the fuck down, man. Like,
Manny gonna beat him up, man. Manny gonna beat him up.
He might.
Manny's gonna punch him up, man.
Because if you're picking Lucas, you might as well say that, and you will lose some money.
He's just gonna outbox him, man. The work rate is too ridiculous.
Still too fast, you reckon, Charlie?
Manny was fighting Australia. Manny was fighting Australia last time. He ain't fighting Australia this time, bro. He's gonna mess him up. When he fights in America,
he's not big like Horn either, is he?
Hey, is Freddie Roach still gonna be in the corner? If Freddie Roach
no, he's not. No, Freddie Roach is not gonna be in this corner. He's not. They parted ways.
Is it Marvin the radio?
I think it's him, but I do know the fight is not going to be in the U.S. It's going to be in Malaysia. So
it's over. It's over.
Yeah.
Kuala Lumpur.
It's a
That's
body,
where,
man. That's gonna be a body, man. It's gonna be
that's
like
where
Brandon Reeves.
Ali fought Bugner out there in Kuala Lumpur.
Over. If it's in Malaysia, they got nice girls in Malaysia. I ain't gonna lie. Listen, it's over. Pacquiao's gonna do him up.
Yeah, the restart girls would be nice. Yeah, that's a good point.
They got nice girls over there. I might have to go over there support Manny, man. Go check some of them girls.
Well, look, I think 2 reasons why they have it in Malaysia. One, because Pacquiao is a full-time senator, politician over in the Philippines. One, is closer to home. And 2, I think because he owes back taxes here in the States. So if he comes here and fights, he collects a check here, then they're going to garnish that check.
Ever since Pacquiao mentioned that gay shit, his career's been over. When he mentioned
Pretty much.
gay shit, gay people condemned or whatever he said they would do. His career was over. Nike dropped him. That was it. That was end of Manny Pacquiao. In this day, you can't be saying
end of his endorsements, at least that's for sure. Yeah.
The end of Manny Pacquiao was when he couldn't beat Floyd Mayweather. Time to get the fuck on, and you wasn't gonna fight nobody young.
God's gonna deliver me and all that.
Yeah, that was the end of it.
Yo.
Hey, I just wanted to say welcome a newcomer in here, Dwayne Jones. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, man?
Good. So good. Welcome to the panel, man. I know we've been chatting up in the comment section for a while now, man. In my hangouts, I appreciate you for the support. So yeah, we're talking about Pacquiao and Matthysee now, man. How do you see that fight playing out?
I'm probably gonna favor Matthysee in that one, because I think Pacquiao. I just think he's finished, to be honest.
Wow.
Yeah, I just think he's finished, to be honest. And plus, he's got no defense. So if Matthysee just lands on him, I don't know. I think it's over, to be honest.
Yeah. Hey, Dwayne, what part? You sound like you're from the UK. What part of the UK are you from, man?
Yeah, from the UK. My dad from America, so my dad from New York.
Oh, okay. So you have American and have English. Okay.
Yeah,
that's
man.
Cool. That's cool. Cool, man. Cool. Yeah, we chop it up a little bit, man. So what's your take on the Golovkin and Canelo fight being canceled? You think that's the right move?
Yeah. To be honest, yeah, because Canelo is not like... he was getting that special treatment anyway, so it is what it is, man. He was getting that special treatment. And anybody else, there would have been there wouldn't have been none of this process going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true. You got a point. So they're probably just playing this out. Let the course play out. Eventually, they're going to suspend him for a few months, and then he comes back by the end of the year and he start fighting Golovkin. So that's what it looks like at this point. As far as Golovkin is concerned,
he would be eligible to return in August.
Oh, really? That soon?
Yeah, August 17th, because they'll backdate it from his positive test and count that towards his suspension.
February. Yeah.
And if he cooperates, they'll make it a 6-month suspension instead of a year.
Time served, all that good shit.
Yeah. Wow. So now the question is, I think we touched on it a little bit, but what do you think his replacement opponent will be? Because more likely is going to be Spike O'Sullivan. How do you see that, man?
Oh my God. That's all I can say there.
Spike, Tommy boy, that's what we get. We get fucking Spike. Really, Tommy boy. And I'm telling you another thing. I'm going to repeat this. If Golovkin lets Thomas Boy Loeffler get him anywhere near that fishnet shit show again, he's a moron. He's a moron. Because you mentioned, they can fight. No, don't go fighting. Don't even fight. You don't even do business with fishnets again. You know what I mean? Why would you? Why?
Well,
for what?
The thing is, I think the probably reason why they'll probably take that Spike fight, is just so for Golovkin to make a statement or something like that. That's all. That's the only way I can see.
Oh yeah, of course. That's someone was saying it earlier. They make all of his, rabid fanboys excited and give him another defense.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to see. Golovkin doesn't want to see no boxers. Really, he does. Billy Joe Saunders, I don't know, but apparently Billy Joe's injured. But Demetrius Andrade, now, you don't want to see him. Charlo, don't want to see him.
He don't even want to fight Lara, man, when it comes to that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So.
And I'm a Golovkin fan, but I'm dead serious. If I said, did I not say he shouldn't get involved with that whole, Canelo shit show to begin with? right?
Yeah, you did say that.
What did I say? I said it's gonna tie up a bunch more of his career, and it's wasted almost. It feels like 2 years that it's taken up already to get one fight.
That's true.
You know what I mean? In that time frame, he could have fought 3, 4, 5 times. Not necessarily. I'm not saying he would have, but he could have.
Yeah,
or he could have fought Billy Ho Saunders, gotten undisputed, right, and have made a defense or two of undisputed.
Right.
Okay, so that would have been my preference. So yeah,
I think Billy Joe a dog walking now though.
He might, but I want to see it. See, that's the thing. I like to see my favorite fighters test fit. You know what I mean? I want to see them against the guys that are going to be, hard to beat, the guys that have a chance to beat them, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, but yeah, man, you've been hearing us chop up about the Joshua Parker fight, man. Give us your 2 cents on that one. I know that fight was Saturday, but we're still going over that because there's still a debate on who did this, that, and the third, and all that. And who did you see? Who? I'm sure you said that Joshua won the fight, correct?
Yeah. I had Joshua winning the fight, but
did you think it was close at all?
You know what? Yeah. For what I saw, it was just one of them ones where, like, because there was not much done in the round, I think they gave Joshua rounds for walking him down.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with that. There wasn't a lot in them in those rounds, was there?
Yeah, there was not a lot in them. I think they just gave Joshua the rounds because they were he was walking him down. But I noticed there was one point in the fight, when Joshua connected into his body, and then a bit late in the fight, I think Parker kind of took a chance and he caught him with a left hook. When he hit him dead, I think Parker from that point was like, you know what, nah, forget this. So I thought let me just on the back foot. Hopefully if he comes in, let me clip him. That's why you saw when he clipped him, he started chasing him around the ring, but the ref didn't want nothing to be honest. I think
are you saying the body shot landed earlier than Parker?
Yeah. In the second round.
Okay, I saw it too.
Yeah.
I think though on that where because Bernstein on our telecast where Joshua he threw 2 hooks, Parker did, and they on the replay they didn't touch Joshua, but for whatever reason Joshua put his arm out. He kept his defense tight, and he just, that's what you're talking about when Joseph Parker rushed on the ropes and stuff like that.
Yeah. But I thought the ref should have let them fight at that point.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying he didn't make a few times where he may have said break, but when referees they feel like if I tell you to break, I want you to break. If you fight through me telling you to break, you're not obeying me.
That's what I was getting at. Yeah. Mills Lane would literally wedge himself in between the dudes if they didn't listen.
Yeah, sometimes this ref was too far away. Sometimes he would scream break, and they would keep fighting. He's like, "No, I said fucking break." So he went in and did his job.
Well, see,
I blame the whole party.
What he didn't do was he didn't warn Joshua. I didn't see him warn Joshua hardly once for holding. That's where all the holding. To me, because the way I was, learned boxing and watched boxing and heard about boxing, the cornerman's going to tell you if something's working, keep doing it until the ref tells you otherwise.
Yeah,
this is pro boxing.
The ref. One thing the ref did that kind of really annoyed me was whenever Parker got into work, and then whenever Joshua threw a couple punches really late, and the ref wouldn't even speak to Joshua about it, but that it kind of made me feel it was a bit suspicious. At some point in the fight,
he likes to hit on the break,
yeah. So that it kind of made me think, what's this ref like? Does the ref even know what he's doing? To be honest, But I had Joshua winning the fight, to be honest, because I think when you go to fight somebody who's the favorite, you have to put on a show that shows that you actually deserve to win the fight instead of just playing it safe.
Absolutely.
Because,
and you know what? That's the thing too.
If Wilder was to go to London, let's be honest. If Wilder was to come to London, let's be honest. He's gonna put on that performance where he's coming to take the fight to Joshua. He's not gonna be sitting back, whether it's his style or not. He's not gonna be sitting back, doing all that type of stuff. To be honest, so.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know that he won't. I don't know that he won't, because that's Wilder's whole thing is he's setting you up to knock you out. He's not trying to win.
He's trying to be patient.
Yeah, you know that.
tying up in that fight.
It's gonna be a boring fight until it happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I would say this though.
Charlie, I think it'll be a bit like the Ortiz, where it'll be tactical in spots, but then we'll get some spots of action. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's going to be very, very tactical. It's going to be jabs, holding.
You reckon it could be more cagey than that one?
Yeah. It's going to be cagey, isn't it?
Yeah.
Until Wilder lands. Because once Wilder lands,
because they're so much younger, huh?
I just think it will be Wilder that sets it off. He'll set the pace.
I want to ask a question. This question. What do you think about Joshua's weight? Because from what I saw, it's like I feel he still has like stamina problems from what I saw. Like there's like dips of like drop off in his performance in certain rounds. Maybe he's just saving energy. I don't know. But from what I saw, like it's like
he was just. I think he was saving energy to go the distance.
Okay.
I think he's slimming down. I think it's tactical, and I think it is at least in part for Wilder.
I don't know what I'll say this.
Wilder's very light on his feet. Sorry, go ahead.
For all the years you guys have been watching boxing, you've never known that as the people go up the levels, the fights go the distance. You know what I mean? As the competition gets better.
Yeah. I don't hold it against AJ that it went the distance.
I don't think AJ's got stamina problems. I think he's still got a lot to learn. He's still got a lot to learn. But listen, man, he's done a lot in 4 years. He's done more than most heavyweights in history.
That's true.
For sure.
That's true. Absolutely. We're not taking anything away from him.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's when like EJ said, you know what I mean? The victory matters. He's got these 4 belts now, or 3 belts.
I say that all the time. Whether you win by an inch or a mile, in the end, the most important thing is that you get that W.
And he did more in this fight than Tyson Fury did to Klitschko in the Klitschko fight.
True, although let's be honest, that's not setting
more punches to the body.
That's not setting the bar very high. But you're right. You are correct.
It's 2 tall guys. Cagey, they were both cagey.
Yeah. I get you.
So I think Joshua did very well.
Charlie Brown. I see you working.
But Charlie, are you saying?
Because Dan don't want to give Joshua credit. You know what I mean?
You make me out to be a Joshua hater. Get out of here, bro.
Are you holding out, Dan?
Yeah, he's holding out.
I didn't say he won the fight. Dude. Let me tell you something. When Wilder knocked out Ortiz, I said no. When Wilder knocked out Ortiz, I did say that, hey, Wilder's got to do this, that, and the third next time. He can't do this in a situation. He can't be being too leaky like this. I did say that. So what's wrong with me doing the same thing for Joshua? Hey, you can't do this next time, man. You got the win.
When I watched that Wilder versus Ortiz
I took that more as like just a personal taste. Sorry,
what about Miller? What about Miller and Duapis?
Duapis.
How do you see that fight going?
Listen. Miller is trash. My God.
We got another one. EJ, you got a tag team partner here.
Listen. He's one of them guys. I will never forget when Joshua fought Takam. Yeah, he was saying about how Joshua, he's rubbish. He said that Parker's rubbish. He said that Wilder's rubbish. But then he fought Marius Wack, who looks like he asked for extra mayo in his sandwiches, and the guy, he only won because the guy broke his hand. Well, he was winning the fight, but he only stopped the guy. The guy quit because the guy broke his hand, and he made it seem like that was a great performance that he did. I just want Wilder AJ to just knock him out. To be honest, he just gets on my nerves. Man. I don't like him. Talks a lot of shit. I hate him.
That's what he likes to do, man. That's what boxers do, man, to get their name out there. I see what you're saying. Big Baby does talk a lot more than what he does sometimes in the ring. So
exactly.
he does a lot more talking when he actually fights. But the thing about Big Baby, I know I said this what he could do to Joshua, but the one thing I would say, I do agree with you guys on this. I think Charlie brought this up. He can't stand there to take shots like that, like he did against Gerald Washington, because Joshua hits a lot harder.
Do you know who he fights like? Who I think he fights like? I think he fights like Chisora, don't you think?
Nah, I don't think so.
He's more skilled than Chisora. Right.
Yeah, but I mean, like, he keeps his hands up, he tucks his chin in, and he just comes forward. Like, people will just be like, to beat Miller, you just have to put a jab out there, you know? Because I can't see him like bum rushing people or coming in and throwing. And he says he throws the most punches in rounds, but it's like it's just like them little tip tap ones, you know?
Exactly. It's just those pity pat punches. It's like to throw off your timing. Then when he gets inside, he starts letting his hands go. That's when Big Baby Miller that's when he starts loading up. He gets more dangerous when he gets inside. I mean, the only way Joshua could beat him. Yeah, y'all all clowning Big Baby, man. Hey, I'll tell you one thing: if Joshua beats him,
Miller seems to be quite the divisive individual. I'm finding.
I find he's quite competent, man.
I don't understand.
I know he's big as hell.
It's just style for style. He's not right for Josh.
Outside of being
no, he's not right. He's not right.
Yeah, I can see that.
But that's why I want to see that fight.
Yeah, I don't think he's the greatest.
Wilder and White, man. You know
I want to see Wilder and White because I went to Dillian White versus Lucas Brown. I went to the fight and White. The one thing I'll say about White, I know Wilder will knock him out because from what I saw when I was there, White he looks really shaky on his feet. Like all the time, like whenever someone throws a punch, whether he hits his arms or something, he always looks wobble. And Wilder, when he sees that little wobble, he's going in for the kill. So whenever I see White like that, but that's the one thing I respect about White that Joshua doesn't do that really gets on my nerves is he called him out straight away. Joshua is just like just talking all that shit. But he's talking all that shit. They ask him, "Do you want to fight against Takam? Do you want to fight Deontay Wilder?" Well, it has to happen. But Dillian White, as soon as he won, he was just like, "Wilder, where you at?" Blah, blah, blah. That's what I want. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I want that to show that you're about it.
Right. So you want a guy who's straightforward, not being so calculated when you answer. Yeah, just be straightforward with it. I hear you. I hear you. I mean, but here's the way I look at it. I think the fight's going to happen between Wilder and Joshua, but I think Eddie Hearn and Joshua are trying to play this a little carefully. Like, okay, we'll do it, but we have to do it on our terms, and we're going to do it when the time is right. That's the way I see it.
Yeah.
Hey, either that or give them $90 million and you take 10. They might do it, No, for real. They might. Hey, you be like, all right, you take the 90, I take the 10. And don't talk about no rematch. You might get it right away, bro. Who would turn that money down, man? Because if not, they might be looking like I could get 15 here, I can get 15 there. But if you go ahead and say, well, I increase your purse if you increase my purse.
Let me ask you this. So you're saying that no rematch clause should be involved?
I'm not saying it should be or shouldn't be. I'm just saying if the A side come to you and they increased your purse like that, I ain't finna look at everybody else negotiation. I'm be like, how much did my purse increase? And can I win this fight? And so I really don't care if it is or not. Wilder and them, bro, they can get big money. It is what it is. The man said 25 million. That's like I said before. That's 1,000% purse increase, bro. Don't talk about nothing else. Nothing else to be talked about.
I agree with you on that. But what if Wilder or the B side says, okay, let's do this? I mean, why don't we have rematch clause? Because first of all, I know I could beat you. You take 90%, I take 10. Then if I beat you in the rematch, you take the lower split. And we'll guarantee both of us are going to make more money in the rematch.
If he know he can beat him, then don't worry about a rematch. But at the end of honestly, if Joshua make let's say if it's 75 million, who the fuck says he keeps fighting? To talk about it. Who says he don't take 2 years off? Say I'm chilling. I'm just saying.
Floyd Mayweather fought after Pacquiao.
I get that. He also took his little time out after De La Hoya. He took some time where he took his little times a few times. If I'm Wilder, I'm worried about myself and myself only, and the people I can put on after me. All right, because he don't seem like he want to go nowhere. He said 50-0. I never heard that from Joshua. So if he, you get that 25 million, you bank it and you blank Joshua the fuck out. That's what you do. That's how I'm looking at it, man.
But again, from a business perspective, would they make more money in the rematch?
The rematch will have more money in it. To be honest,
it ain't guaranteed. It ain't.
You sure about that?
Klitschko Pacquiao. I mean, you look at our latest super fights rematch. Look, Canelo-Golovkin ain't happening. Mayweather.
Dude, before the drug test, they sold that fight out in seconds, bro. They had a lot of advertisers behind that.
I told you though. I told y'all a long time ago that the fight wasn't gonna happen for other reasons. Don't worry about that. But Pacquiao,
well, you know the drug test. You know about the drug test.
I told you that shit was going to be. I told them majority races. I told them. I said, okay, you want to vote on me? Watch what happens. But anyways, Mayweather Pacquiao. No, you don't. You're not getting all these. Mayweather De La Hoya. That's not guaranteed. Fuck that. Get the fight. Make it 25 million if they give you that, because they said it would increase 10 times. They can give you that, or they could go down. For all I know, I don't know what they're gonna do. As long as they fair, yeah, I take it. I'll be like, fuck rematches, fuck everything else. I'm about to knock his big ass out. That's how I would do
again, bro. Would it be more exactly as a businessman? Would it be more lucrative to get the rematch in there because they didn't make more money? Would it be more lucrative?
It ain't about the business shit, man. And what you mean? It ain't a business.
Well,
I just told you several times though where the rematches don't even happen. Like I just set the state where these big fight rematches don't happen. So to hang us up as a boxing fan, I'm not gonna let you hang us up on a facade that normally doesn't even
I'm asking you from a business perspective, does that make more sense to put a rematch in there so you guys can make more money? Both sides can maximize their profits.
Man, what makes more sense is to do what the A side said, or they might get tired of dealing with me. That's what
you don't want to answer the question. All right,
that's what makes more sense. If that's what Joshua wants, listen. Dan, I answered your question. If you're smart enough, you hear. If that's what Joshua wants, rematches and all that, he's willing to do all that.
I'm asking you. I'm not asking you about Joshua. I'm asking you. I'm not asking about Joshua.
So if you were the B side, you're asking me if I'm the B side, and I go and they don't bring that up. And then I try to say it, and they say, fuck out of here. We ain't interested in that. I say, fuck out of here. You ain't interested in that. And I sign 25 million and we fight. That's what I'm telling you. Like, it's the B side. I just say 25.
Not good business.
I don't give a fuck. I made $25 million. I was 1,000% price increase, not good business. How's 1,000% price? See, one day the Wilder fans ain't about business. It can be about business for him, but not about Joshua. I don't get it.
I'm not talking about business for either. All I said was it's not good business from like you're talking business.
Okay.
So from your conversation, all I'm saying is it's not good business. I'm not talking about being a Wilder fan or a Joshua fan.
So
you're talking business. You're talking about money. That's business. Okay. So if you talking business and all you saying is I'm going to take 25 million, you've already capped yourself at 25 million. You're more than likely to never make more than that.
If you're saying 25% is 100 million, we talking about the fight is $100 million fight. If he makes 25% and Joshua makes 75%, that's fucking fucked. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yes,
he's getting 1,000% price increase while Joshua only gets a 300% price increase.
Look at it.
How's it fucked? You want to argue with numbers? I'm not. You're arguing with numbers.
No, you asked me. You asked me a question, right? Did you ask me a question?
100,000. If you, excuse me, get a $100 million fight, 75 million, 25 million. That's not a fucking. If anybody's getting fucked, it's Joshua. It's Joshua getting fucked. He's taking less than percent.
Let me tell you how. Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao. He told him, I'm only giving you 40 million.
And
Manny
Wilder
said, fuck no. And that was the most that Manny Pacquiao was going to make for a fight was 40 million. And Manny still said no. And Floyd, as the A side, said, all right, we could talk percentages. Manny Pacquiao got way more than $100 million.
You done? Okay. So that took 5 years to do. You don't want to wait 5 years, but I'm trying to expedite the situation here. Manny is not on Wilder's level. He's levels above it. He's making 20 million himself. So if you say you're only going to give me 100% price increase, basically, because if Manny's making 20 and you take him to 40, you say that's only 100 million. That's only a 100% price increase, right?
Okay,
that's not why Wilder.
If Manny's making 20, and he made 140.
Hold on, exactly. It took 5 years. It took 5 years. I don't nobody want to wait 5 years on these dudes.
5 years.
They take 5 years to make a fight.
5 years, but
they took 5 years to make a fight. They took 5 years with us arguing every day.
It took 5 years for drugs.
Okay, it took 5 years for whatever reason. Hold on 1 second. 5 years for whatever reason. And yes, the purses were issued to make a
Everybody
fight.
know the reason,
Nobody interested in 5 more years.
Want to fight?
Do you want 5 more years
until he got the drug testing?
Do you want to wait? Do you want to wait 5 years? No, actually, the drug test. No, actually, the drug testing was agreed to even before the 40 million, even before the 40 million. The drug test was cool. Even before that, do you understand that Pacquiao and Mayweather, when that 40 million was going, Floyd was getting 60, he was getting 40? Do you not? That seems a bit fair to me. That's why I always blame Manny Pacquiao.
Floyd was never getting 60.
Yes, that's what he said. I was only going to get 60. He was getting 40. He said
Floyd always said no matter what, he was getting
even the first time it was 50 million. They was getting 50 pot. That's the drug.
100 million for that fight. Period.
But he offered him 40 and he said I wouldn't get number 60. Instead, he counted my money. He said, count him up. That's what he said. He counted my money. I tried to offer him $40 million flat. And he said we could talk about pay-per-view on the back end, but I was getting 60 in pay-per-view on the back end as well. They was both getting back end money.
Floyd was always talking about giving. Floyd was giving Manny.
You're gonna misuse his words. You can't find. You cannot. Just like the people.
Hold up. Let Rock finish. Hold up. Let Rock finish. Let Rock finish. Go ahead, Rock. Then you come in low. Go ahead, Rock. Are you done?
No, I'm done. I was listening to him.
Just like the people back in the day used to try to use this for Pacquiao, and they could never go get the article. They could never go get the time where he got grilled on this. He said, "Was you only trying to get him 40?" He said, "No, we was trying to talk about pay-per-view back end, and they just wouldn't take the 40." I said, "Take the 40 first, and we'll talk about pay-per-view back end." He's sitting on a damn bench in the locker room saying this. Nobody could ever find the part where he said he was getting nothing but 40 million ever. They can't never find it, but they use it to protect Manny Pacquiao. And like I said, this is not a good. It's not his fans were. It's not a good conversation because you're not trying to wait for Dan's laughs can't help you not take this work though, bro.
What work?
Because at the end of the day, you don't want to wait. At the end of the day, you don't want to wait 5 years. If you want to wait 5 years, I suggest you keep bringing up Mayweather Pacquiao. If you don't, you might need to look at
you talking about 5 years.
Yeah.
No, you're talking business, you're talking numbers. If we talking business and numbers, to cap yourself at 25 million is not doing that's not good business.
A purse, 25 million.
All they got to do is negotiate. Whatever they get in the negotiations, that's what they supposed to get.
That's what they told him. That's what Joshua said. I will give you 10 times the money. He said, I will give you 10 times the money, your highest purse. 2.5 to 25 million is 10 times the money.
I get what you're saying. But if he can negotiate more, negotiate.
If he can, he can. But I'm not saying that's where you cap. I'm saying if they give you that and they not willing to budge, if you don't sign that, you're ducking. That's what I'm saying. I never said anything about capping.
That you're ducking.
Yes.
They're not willing to. I mean,
can they offer?
Let's go, Destiny. Let's get Destiny again in it. Destiny, would you say something?
I'm asking he should just accept it, and that's it.
Okay.
Whoa, what she say? She said he should accept 25 million.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
And I want to give Rock a point. I want to give Rock a credit. I want to give Rock credit. You're right. If they willing to give more, fine. But if they sit down and they say, "Look, man, I'm not bullshitting with you. 25 million. You keep playing hardball, we'll walk." Bro, if you don't sign that to me, you is ducking.
But they're not gonna walk though. This is the fight that needs to be made.
Yeah, they'll walk on to the next event and then come back and then we'll be waiting. How many years? That's the point.
Look, all I can say is I don't see this as a Manny Pacquiao Floyd Mayweather scenario. I don't see that at all because boxing can't afford that. Number one. Number two, I see this scenario playing out like Canelo and Golovkin did. Because remember, this was playing out for almost 2 years, and then we thought it was going to take longer than that, and that fight ultimately got made. So I think, from based off what we have here, because there's no, you have to think about it. The heavyweight division is pretty thin right now. So despite you have a good top seven, top 8 fighters right now. You got a couple people coming in the top 10, like Kornacki and Joe Joyce is one of those prospects coming up as well. Who, by the way, called out Povetkin, which I should bring up.
Joe Joyce.
Yes, he called out Povetkin.
God.
Yeah, but we'll get to that one in a second. But the thing is that I think the division is not that deep enough for both top heavyweights to kind of put this off for so long. You know what I mean? To a certain degree, I think what's going to happen is they're going to, one side's going to play this out as long as they can. At the end of the day, they're both going to get what they want. and I see this fight being signed by next year, probably late next year. I think that's where it's going to happen.
I think it'll happen in November.
Oh, you were Charlie on this one.
Yeah,
Charlie believes that
it's gonna happen this year because there's if you like you said with Floyd and Manny, like there was a lot of stuff that like postponed the fight from happening, and there was other great fighters in their divisions like they could like get away with. Like no one wants to see Anthony Joshua fight Dillian White again. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's why they're saying Big Baby Miller, because it's a strategic move. Like, because let's be honest, like if you're gonna go to fight America, you're not gonna go and fight the best there straight away. You're just gonna go dip your toes in to like see like, you know, like how much people you can attract or whatever, or get your name out there. Then you have the fight there. Let's be honest, like in the heavyweight division, there's like, barring Fury's comes back, there's the top two, and then the rest, like you put Povetkin in like that middle row, then the rest are just like way down. Like that's just my opinion, isn't it? I don't think like.
Yeah, then you compare Canelo-Golovkin. What did they make in they fight? Canelo-Golovkin. What was their purses? Because
I think Golovkin got 20 million plus the back end, and Canelo got maybe 30 or 40 million. I think.
See, that's a generous ass A side, because Canelo, that's just being generous. Like I'm not going to do that for these dudes. Generous that is 20 million, bro. I'm like, dude, how much did you make? I want my purse to increase the same. If you can't do that,
well, actually, you know what? Let me look at it again. I think it was 15 million. I think it was 15 million plus back end. Yeah, 15 million plus back end.
Canelo done 2 million pay-per-view. He broke a record. Him and Cotto over. Golovkin tops out at under 300,000. Fuck that, bro. I'm taking the lion's share. I'm pulling the Victor Ortiz. Floyd Mayweather. You take 2, I take 30. Motherfucker, I ain't playing. This is mine.
Yeah. So Canelo got 50 million plus back end, and Golovkin got 15 plus back end. So that's roughly close to $20 million.
That's a little more. Yeah, 50 million. You said he got 50 million plus back end?
Well, actually, no. It's 50 total revenue. Let me take that back. It's total revenue, and then Golovkin got his 15 guarantee plus the revenue. So roughly around 20 million he got. Roughly around there. So yeah, that's what it was. Because if you look at the guarantee purses, I'm looking at the guarantee purses. Canelo's 5 million and Golovkin's 3 million guarantee, but the back end money percentage was a lot higher for Canelo. So he cashed out roughly at $50 million for the fight. And Golovkin got 20 million. If you think about it, roughly around there, 15, 20 million.
I'll be about that fair, but you're not being close to me, bro. Not if I'm.
Why not?
If I'm the A side, I'm shitting on you. It's all my right to. You got to come whoop the A side shit out of me, and that's what that boxing's about, bro. You go whoop somebody's ass, man. I don't know why we taking it anywhere else other than that, bro. We always do that.
Well, let's be honest here. Who cares if a fight got made? Why are we talking about? Why should we care about who gets paid?
That one did, and that one did. The Battle of the Averageness did, but other boxing matches might not. You know, we are fans that waited 5 years for something, and we don't want to ever. There's no need of listening to the same people that took us down that 5-year road again. It just ain't no need.
I don't see that happening in the heavyweight division. That's not happening in the heavyweight division. I don't see that. What's up, Rock?
Now, one thing I will say is Joshua and Wilder really need to make the fight soon, because as in the heavyweight division, you don't need that much skills, to win the fight. One punch, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
I mean, look at the skid mark known as Lucas Brown.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That blimp built motherfucker was on TV.
And he punched his hard too.
He made excuses after that fight as well, against Dillian White.
But that's literally all he can do is punch hard.
Yeah, he was saying about how he had a hard training camp where he missed a lot of training camp due to like some missing his family.
EJ. That's not
yeah. EJ got insight on that information. I think EJ's sleeping right now, but yeah, according to EJ, that Lucas got knocked out by Derek Chisora in sparring camp. is training camp. That's what happened.
Lord.
Yeah.
Lucas got stunned by some Twinkies before he ever won the damn ring.
Yeah, but look, man, I like Lucas, but let's be honest, his whole attitude, he wasn't trying to win that fight. He was just there to collect a check, and that'll be it. That's it for him.
He took his shirt off. You saw he wasn't trying to win that fight.
Yeah, he wasn't.
That's why he waited until the bell rang before he took his shirt off. Even when the ref was giving the instruction, his shirt was still on.
I know, I saw that. I'm like, what?
He looked worse than James the Grim Reaper Roper.
Wow. Oh man, I feel sorry, poor Lucas, man. I mean, it is what it is. Hey, you got your biggest payday, which I assume, call it a day. I'm not sure if he could come back at this point. I don't think nobody really cares. He may take a couple of domestic flights back on fights in Australia or in the Oceania area, so we'll see. We'll see what happens.
For the way David Price got knocked out, we still be talking about Lucas Brown.
That is true. You got a good point. Yeah. You got a good point. Pricey, man. Speaking of Pricey, man, you guys think he should hang it up? I know we talked about this on one of my hangouts.
Yeah,
he gonna die.
He should hang it up, man. He should hang it up.
Hang it up.
Yeah, poor guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why. I don't see how he even got in that. He got in that fight in the first place.
Yeah, but when he hit Povetkin and Povetkin fell back. If you saw Povetkin's face, it was the most funniest thing ever.
Well, he probably realized he could hit. He's like, oh damn, I didn't realize he could hit. That's kind of like Ortiz when Wilder hit him.
That was funny until he hit David Price. And he was standing up, knocked out.
Yeah, I thought the first knockdown, I thought David Price would have been out, but he just got up straight away. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe he's shown something that we haven't seen before. But then we saw it again. So
yeah,
put to sleep.
Well, this one thing I listened to a Hatman's video on this. He said that George Joyce called out Alexander Povetkin here. Now it's I mean. He said on the Twitter account, I'll fight the Russian. So look, I know George Joyce is late in his career. He just got into the pros. He's had a long amateur career. He has experience in the World Series of boxing, and he's got 2-3 wins, good wins so far. Let's just be honest here. Do you really think he's ready to fight a Povetkin right now? And how do you guys fancy his chances if he would fight him right now? What do y'all think about that?
The thing is, I've never seen him take a punch against anyone he's fought. So
that's true.
All these people that he's fought are just big and don't do nothing. Who was the guy he fought his last fight? The guy was huge, and he just hit him with a right hand. The guy was down.
Donnie Palmer, yeah.
Donnie, you remember that? Oh my god.
Donnie Palmer, the dude big as hell, not in shape, but hey, it's not a bodybuilding competition, but still though, he didn't even. Oh Lord, he looked terrible. I was like, hey, Joe Joyce is gonna win this. I mean, this fight was over before he even began.
It was a body. As soon as I see him coming to the ring, I knew it was a body, man.
Yeah, that was terrible.
EJ was saying that he was there to win, and you know what I mean, and he's looking like a springboard into the heavyweight division.
Over 21 stone.
Yeah, true.
Oh Lord, EJ, do you really say that?
No, not EJ, but that's what he said to EJ. Like he tried to gas EJ out. EJ interviewed him.
Oh, okay. I was about to say. Well, Joe Joyce called out Povetkin, man. Do you really think he could beat Povetkin at this point?
No.
He might.
Nah.
You never know. He might. You never know. He might.
He might do,
Yeah.
He's kind of big, and he's kind of agile.
Ain't nobody beating Povetkin in Russia.
Yeah, that's true.
Not in Russia. No. Not in Russia, no.
Well, all I can say is one thing: Joe Joyce got all the skills in the world, but he just needs to work on his footwork. That's one thing I'm worried about. He got to work on his footwork.
Free fights.
Yeah. So. Yeah, he's had 3 fights so far. So, I mean, look, he's 32 years old. He's been a long time amateur. So I see why they're moving him quickly because he's up in age already. He's got enough experience. So, especially in the amateur. So, kind of like the Lomachenko route. They're kind of moving him towards the Lomachenko route. Now, let me look. Is he even ranked right now, Joe Joyce, by any of the sanctioned bodies?
I don't know. No, not that I know of.
All right. Well,
he must be. He must be.
He must be. Yeah. Let me see. I mean, well, anyways, I don't know, man. I don't think he's ready for Povetkin right now. I know they try to move him quickly, but I don't. Nah. David Hay probably knows better. He probably knows. Nah, not now, Joe. Not now. I know you say you want to fight the guy, but not right now. Not the
Put it in there with Price.
Yeah, no, he actually said it on his. He actually said it on his Twitter. He said, "I'll fight Povetkin, no problem."
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but yeah, you know what though? Rock had a good point. Put him in there against David
Oh,
Price.
nobody.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead, Destiny.
I said nobody wants to fight Joyce, so I think he's trying to be like, you know what? Let me just take this fight.
That's true because Zora did back out of that fight, and I know we talked about that briefly though. Why did Derek back out, man? Can you tell me why?
Because he said he wants high payday. Because I think you know what is with Derek. I think it's because if he loses to Joe Joyce, I think he'll be looked. I think in his career he still thinks he's like one of not the elite, but like you know the top. I don't know, top 10 fight. He thinks he's a top 10 fighter. I think if he loses to Joe Joyce, he thinks that you know what I'm just a garbage man. You know, to just run through me. That's what I think.
Yes. So basically, he knows that he's going to be a gatekeeper if he loses that fight.
Yeah. That's what I think. If he loses that fight,
he was happy to get punched up by Klitschko though. By Vitaly, he took that money and got punched up.
Yeah, he did.
I swear the world title was on the line.
Yeah,
but the thing is, like, he fought that guy in Monaco, right? Adric Caballo for the European, and he got paid peanuts for that.
With that one, I think he probably used that just to stay active because I think if he had won that fight and made a statement, they would have done the Dillon rematch. That's what
that's what would have happened, but it didn't happen. Like he wasn't even fit for that fight. Well, no, he was fit for the fight, but he wasn't focused.
Yeah.
So
it's because Charles weren't there.
I don't think that would have made a difference anyway. Tell you the truth, I don't know. I know disrespect to Don Charles, but I don't know the guy. I mean, I'm sure he's a cool guy, but I don't think that made much of a difference anyway.
Who's your money on this weekend?
Lara and Hurd.
Yeah,
I got Lara on that one.
The thing is, I got Hurd only because I think he's gonna take Lara's punches because Hurd takes a lot of punches, and I think it will take Lara's confidence, and I just think it will stop him late. To be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Who else is on the panel? Rock. What do you got with that fight?
At this point, I'm gonna go with Lara. I mean, until I see him slow down. Or Lara's biggest issue, he had to fight to up the competition or down the competition. So,
yeah.
At the end of the day, he always find a way to win. And Dwayne, I understand what you're saying about him taking Lara's punches, but I mean, Paul Williams did, and Lara didn't. He didn't lose no confidence. He didn't mind giving out punches over and over and over again.
The only problem I have with the fight is that if he's too negative on the back foot, the judges might not favor it because Hurd's going to be coming forward, cutting off that ring. Hurd's going to knock him out, man. I think.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think he'll stop him late.
He's too big and strong.
Win, lose, or draw. And the only way I feel like that win, lose, or draw, and the only way that I feel like Lara can lead this fight without his career getting completely changed, he better break that motherfucker face. You better find a way to get this fight stopped early, because I don't care. He can win late, but it's gonna be all for nothing. Because Jerry Hurd gonna come on at that time, and you gonna win the first 7, maybe. If you can survive them last 5, you taking a career changing ass whooping. Either way, win, lose, or draw. Unless Lara get this shit stopped early, I see him getting his ass whooped. Win, lose, or draw. That's just how I see it. Jerry Hurd retarded, man. He retarded. That boy got something wrong with him.
He's very strong. He's very strong. I just think he's very strong. He's too big as well, man. 6'1". He's just too big in that.
Yeah, my problem.
If he stopped Lowry, he should be top 5 pound for pound too. No bullshit.
It's like he takes punches for fun, you know.
That's another thing too. I was going to say that too. I don't know how long he's going to keep taking shots like that, man.
Yeah, man.
I mean, look, Lowry hits harder than Trout, in my opinion. So I'm not sure if he'll be able to absorb those shots in that fight. He probably I think he'll absorb it for the first few rounds. But the thing is, I don't, when Lars starts to turn up the heat on him, I want to see how he reacts to that. So I don't know, man. I don't think
Lowry don't hit harder than Tony Harrison. You don't hit harder than Tony Harrison.
Mm-mm. You sure about that?
I'm about positive. Sure? I'm about positive.
I don't know about that. Tony Harrison's not known to hit hard.
Tony Harrison got some crack.
He's not.
Shit, he got some crack. Go look at him. Go Radchenko and all them dudes. He got some crack. He done laid motherfuckers out, man. He just quit. He ain't got the great chin in the world.
Well, let's be real. Harrison was coming up from welterweight, so of course his power is going to have some, coming up is going to be questionable. Whether
he wasn't coming up. He a big ass 154 pounder. He's like 6'1".
Well, didn't he fight at welterweight?
Nah, he ain't never fought at welterweight. He too big for that shit. He be sparring Klitschko. He be sparring Vladimir Klitschko.
What? Hold on, let me look that up. I thought Harrison was fighting the part at welterweight. Hold up. I could, let me see. But anyways, Destiny, who you got winning that fight?
Hello, said it.
He got like over 80% knockout percentage. He can punch.
I hear you. But who you got winning between Lowry and Hurd? Coming up next week. You got Lowry? Okay. All right, cool. Tony Harrison. All right, so let me look at that. I'm gonna go down the line after I'm looking at this. Tony Harrison. Yeah, he always fought at super welterweight. Okay,
too big, man. Too big. It's a big motherfucker. Only people that's bigger than him at the division was like the dude to beat Willie Nelson and Hurd. They're like the only people bigger than him at the division, and probably the Charlo before he left. Other than that, that's a big ass super middleweight. But he drained his body too much and he be weak as fuck. So when he was whooping on Hurd, he couldn't take no more.
Okay. All right, I'll give you that. All right, so let me see. EJ, mute yourself, man. What's up?
Lowry might be going night, bro. I'm telling you, I'm putting him top 5 pound for pound. If he knocked Lowry out, he going top 5 pound for pound. He deserve it.
I wouldn't argue against that because he got Trout, he got Lowry on his resume, so why not? Put him in top 10, maybe.
That's three top at 154. That's for sure.
Yeah. That would be 3 top 10 knockout wins, bro. Harrison.
If Lowry wins, he's number 1.
His performance got to match it though. Are you talking about 54? 54?
Yeah, pound for pound.
Definitely. Pound for pound wise, his performance. I just don't think he gonna put on no performance. You know how Lowry do.
I know.
One shot here or there. You might put him on the list, but you'll be like, man, he ain't dominating. He bullshitting the ring.
I think I prefer Hurd to win anyway because I want to see him versus Charlo. To be honest.
So do I. So do I. That fight is better.
Because I don't think Lara will fight. Yeah, he won't fight him.
Lara will just go be on the back foot.
Well, I think because what's your name? Rodney. What was it? What's the trainer's name?
Rodney Shields.
Rodney Shields. Yeah, Rodney Shields. They're trained by both guys, and I don't think he doesn't want both his fighters to fight each other. I mean, unless he can pull.
He left Shields.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, Charlo left Shields. They both left Shields. No. Jamel left Shields. Jamal's still with him. Jamel is with Earl Spence guy.
Okay,
one of the best trainer in boxing right now.
Derrick James. I mean, look, he's got success with Earl Spence, but I'm not sure one call him one of the best.
Jamel Charlo, Spence, Jamel Charlo. He should have been trainer of the year last year, man. Should have been.
All right. I agree, but we'll see. But yeah, man, we'll see how that plays out. But one more fight before I conclude this, y'all. Caleb Truitt and James DeGale is on the undercard. So.
Oh my God!
Yes, we gotta talk about this. This fight is coming up, man. We gotta talk about this. I think DeGale will rebound from his humiliating loss.
I don't know. I think he's a shot fighter now, man.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible.
Yeah, I think he's a shot fighter. But to be honest, I've never really rated DeGale anyway. Maybe it's just me. I've never really rated him.
James was fucking good. He's a fucking athlete. Quick, throw some weird punches. Good combination punches. He just
you say that because of Bottle Jack fight.
I liked him way before that. I liked him way before that.
He did.
I really give him credit that I thought he's 7-5, Darrell. I thought it was closer than it was, but he's a road warrior. James DeGale, I had him rated pound for pound before he even fought Jack. They was both rated. So,
but you shit on him after that fight. What do you?
Because he got beat down. I only call the truth. I only call the truth. He needed to adjust and he wouldn't, and now look at him. Like it's a small window. EJ said all the time. Boxers got a small window. His rolled the fuck up, bro.
I just felt every time he stepped up. Like he didn't show up to me, to be honest. When he fought when he came up early with a British title, he fought George Groves. Lost. Yeah. He lost. He fought Badou Jack. I thought Badou Jack won that fight, to be honest. Because James DeGale, you know what the thing about him? He starts off really strong, and then there's he fades so hard. Like towards the end of 11 and 12, it's like he's almost going to get knocked out. Even against Andre Durrell was the same thing.
No, it wasn't as much. It just looked like he coasted. And then he jumped in and won a few late rounds from Darrell. So he looked like he knew what he was doing. I always said about DeGale that he can 7-5 anybody. Then I saw the Badou Jack fight, and I flat out said that's a lie. It was a lie. I didn't know.
All right. Well, we'll see. But I think, DeGale's gonna. I think he'll redeem himself. But I agree with you, Dwayne. I think he is probably a little bit shot because the body language going into that the Truex fight, something was off about DeGale. It was a little bit off, and I just couldn't pinpoint what it was, but something was off. It wasn't right. So, but then again, the one thing I would say is though, will his endurance be a little bit better? That's yet to be seen. I don't know, man. But like I've always said, it's like sometimes it depends on your natural ability, whether you got endurance or you don't. So we'll see what happens going into this fight, man. I think he's gonna win.
Nose crooked, his eyes pushed in a bit. His upper right side of his face still got swelling. No, in the picture I saw, it don't look good, man. It don't look good. Like he was upset. He was talking shit to Ellaby, and I'm like, he ain't lying. I see it in your face. Like his nose still crooked, man. Like his eyes. Like you can look at him and
I don't really rate the trainer, to be honest, as well, man. This trainer.
It was crooked before the fight, though.
If he win, it's gonna be a fucking a bit of a miracle, bro. No lie, bro. Like, to me, it's a bit of a miracle that he can get it back. But it is Caleb Truex, bro. Who knows?
Well, let's just say hypothetically he does win. How do you guys fare him up against Uzcategui? I think Uzcategui's gonna beat him.
God damn!
I think Uzcategui would beat him. Yeah.
I know. I agree. Yeah, I agree. I like DeGale, but
can beat Truex though. He could beat Truex.
He could beat Truex. He'll beat Truex.
Yeah, it's possible, but don't Uzcategui. Goddamn, Dan, you fucking psycho for that shit.
Well, I had to bring it up. I had to bring that up because Uzcategui is the number 1 rated guy. So at IBF, so whoever's the winner of this fight coming up will have to fight him. Yeah. So that's.
If he loses to Caleb Truex, I just want to see him versus Eubank. The two bums just fight each other. To be honest.
Man!
If he win this fight, it's what he should do. He should drop his belt, and depending on how Badou Jack do, he should try to. Since everybody says, even though I don't think it was, you can fool the public and say it was close. Do another one at 75, and you can make money instead of you're gonna get your ass whooped again more than likely. But you can make money.
He's gonna have to go up though, isn't it?
Yeah, but Uzcategui, you ain't gonna get no money, but you still gonna get a quality ass whooping. So I'm going as at least you could sell the fans. It's the second time me and Badou Jack fight of the year. James DeGale talk a good game. He can talk some shit. Try to get him to come to London.
You should fight Eubank. That's why. Just go. The press conference will be lit, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Then
you can save that after you lose the Jack. You could say that. You know what I mean? You can still get Eubank, but you can't go get Jack if you lose the Eubank. So and he probably gonna lose the Eubank because Eubank is physical to shit. So I don't know.
I don't even know where Eubank goes from here. To be honest, I don't know where he goes.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, he could take his father route and take on domestic level opposition and win back that IPO title. I'm just saying.
You can see Jack DeGale too, though. You can see Jack DeGale too, because if Jack do win, eventually he gonna want to say, "I want something a little easier." Goddamn, like look at his resume, and you would have to agree, like get a man something he finally want. So I could see my man if DeGale win, I wish he'd do that route. He can, solidify some money. And then fuck with Eubank later. Groves probably later. Who knows? You could even do Groves next, right? You can Groves at the Jack, but you can always do Eubank. He's always gonna be there for you, man. Like that's the way it looks anyway.
Well, let me just say this: I see both DeGale and Eubank going back to domestic level. If DeGale loses, he'll be taking domestic level fights for a while, and then he'll probably go back to the world scene. That's what I see Eubank doing. Just like his father did.
Him and Eubank gonna make money whether they coming up. If they coming up 2 losses in a row, they still gonna make some money.
That is true, because I think Eubank still can draw though. He can still draw despite him being what he is. I know you can say he's overhyped fighter. He always doesn't come through in his big fights. I mean, I know somebody said his father was like that too, but that's not necessarily true. His father at least got Michael Watson and Nigel Benn on his record. So his father can say he's got some significant wins, but as far as Eubank Jr., I don't know. Over the hill, Arthur Abraham. Do we want to count that or what? On his resume?
Arthur Abraham was like 90 years old, man.
Yeah, definitely not the same guy when he fought him.
Man, fuck that. He roughed George Groves up. That was a good fight. I ain't mad at Eubank Jr., man. You don't win them all, but as long as you fight hard in your attempts and your losses. Unlike Parker the other day, I can roll with you. I can watch.
Problem is
I don't watch Parker no more, man. I will watch Eubank. Eubank didn't lay the fuck down. I'm not saying he was great technique or look, but he didn't lay the fuck down. Groves didn't leave that place knowing that I wasn't in the fight. Joshua probably don't even feel like he was in a fucking fight, man. I don't like fights like that.
Well, here's the thing though, but Eubank seemed very timid, like he did against Billy Joe Saunders. He just did seem like the guy we saw when he fought Nick Blackwell. He didn't look like the guy when we saw when he pieced up Arthur Abraham, even though that was just over the hill Arthur Abraham. He didn't look like the same guy that beat that natural light heavyweight. What's the guy's name?
He was throwing them you can punches though. Still, he was still going for the gusto, man. That's all I can ask. That's he ain't never gonna be great. He ain't never gonna look like nobody versus a good person. But as long as he gonna try, I'm fucking with it. I'm with it. Maybe one day he gonna land that shit and it's gonna be over.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'll just say Eubank's an Instagram fighter.
Yeah,
he's an Instagram fighter, man. You see him on Instagram doing pad work with Mayweather. You think this is the next best thing, and then you watch him fight, and he doesn't even know how to He doesn't even have to box his way in. Like he just goes swinging, and then they just tie him up.
I know Maidana don't either. Maidana and them they kind of don't either, but they fun. Fuck it, man. He Mexican style in a way. He is in a way. I accept him, bro.
Well, that's yet to be seen, but I'll go ahead and wrap this up, guys, because I got some things to do. But thank you guys for coming on, and the newcomer Dwayne Jones, man. Thank you for coming on, man. Really appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Anytime, welcome aboard, and the rest of the panel got Destiny. I got Charlie Brown. I got EJ. I know he's on mute, probably sleeping right now. Low Place and Rock. It's always a pleasure, guys, for coming on, man. I really appreciate you guys. Shout out to the comment section in there. We got 1224529 Black Latin C's. Always a pleasure, bruh. We got Weed Degree, Akuma's Deception, Fox Strikes Back, Kiwi Boxes, Kiwi Box, Mala. Derek Williams was here, Jills, Mr. Alvo, and we got Mr. Boxes today, who's here a second ago. Got D Justice, Xavier Miranda. Man, I miss a lot of you guys. Your host, I think that's it. I got you guys, Ralph Unreal. So thank you guys for coming on. And Hop too. I forgot about you, Hop, and Dan Mac. So all you guys, thank you very much. We are out. So you guys, we can chat offline a little bit. But we are out. Peace.
Peace.